You got fucking 7 over here because Jason Street just got paralyzed. We're going to get the song going.
Yeah, man.
Okay, let's start the show with this catchy tune.
All
Here
right.
we go.
We're in. Got Friday Night Lights on. It's a hot ass day today.
That it is.
Very fitting that we have a show with Texas on today.
It is. It is very warm right now.
Very warm.
It is furnace-like in Los Angeles.
It's oppressively hot. She went on the fire escape for like 30 seconds. And she was just like, this is fucking terrible.
Yeah. My AC gave out on my car. And I got it recharged 2 months ago.
Oh, that's the worst.
I know. I mean,
shit like that almost makes you want to think like there might be a God. Like that's too coincidental. Welcome in, everybody.
Yeah.
I am Keith Pazel. This is my podcast with Adam Crocius.
Hello, everyone.
Subscribe. We're everywhere. We're on Apple, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, YouTube.
Yep.
Stitcher, everywhere. I put it on one thing and it puts it, it's everywhere.
I tell you what, man, we got a wide presence. We cast a wide net. I just got to get better at promoting the goddamn thing. Well, maybe I should help out too.
It sounds easier than it is. Like at the beginning of the week, you make out this plan of like, I'm going to post here, and there. And then you'd think you wouldn't be too tired to post on Facebook or something, but you get tired. And then you fall into the habit of like, oh, I'll do it in like an hour. And then an hour goes, and you just keep saying that.
Keep procrastinating.
And then out here, it's tricky because you have to do it 3 hours before you think you should because it's not. If it's noon here, it's almost fucking 6 p.m. in fucking New York.
Yeah, it's 3. You know.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So you have to like. If I really wanted to do it good, I should set an alarm at like 6 in the morning.
Get up at 6. Do it early
wake
in the morning.
up.
Yep.
Do the first one because that's 9 in the morning. In normal time,
just set up a routine like that.
Well, you could do. There's these websites too where you could just you schedule all of them, and it does. But it's so much goddamn work, and the good shit you got to like pay for.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, man, I have been very busy, Keith. Very busy with I have a deadline coming up for an application that's been challenging as usual because our organization is dysfunctional, and that makes it more difficult. So I worked today for 3.5 hours on a Saturday. I worked last weekend for 7 hours.
Well, you're lucky you were inside the house at least.
Yeah. I had the AC going. I was productive. You know, the good thing about this difficulty of my job is it's made me focus on my script well. So all I do is work. And then I have my side hustle of delivering marijuana.
I was thinking about that recently. If you would have went like the go back in time and tell young Adam scenario of like you're going to be delivering pot, and that you would probably be like, whoa, or like what am I going to be, a criminal? Like,
or I would have been like, God, what a loser. So we had to use Trump's word, loser, that we were talking about before we got on air. Exactly, but no. I have my job. It's a productive job. I contribute.
Did you even smoke weed in college or anything?
Oh, yeah.
When did you start smoking pot?
First time I ever got high was March 24th, 1984. It was the first time I ever got high. It was a Sunday.
My sister was 2 months old.
I was, my buddy Steve and I, who I'm still a family friend, he lives in the Bay Area.
14, that's a good age.
Yeah, I was old 14, months short of my 15th birthday. And I had smoked pot a few times and never really got high the first couple of times. It didn't affect me. And then one time he was just like, we're going to smoke you up. And I had a head rush that I almost lost my balance. Like it was so powerful and was just laughing hysterically for like 45 straight minutes. I'm like, well, this is fun. Why wouldn't I do this? You know, but it ebbs and flows. My potheadedom ebbs and flows. always with me because of work and working 9 to 5. I rarely party during the week. It's rare. I mean, it might happen 2 or 3 times a year, and that is it. I just can't do it.
I love how you call it partying.
You know what? Yeah, that's my thing.
I party 24/7, dude.
2,000 views, 0 party. That was for Ed. Who's the guy? Who's the not Ed Helms? Who's the guy who's the huge Prince guy, the black guy who might listen to our show? Good guy.
Ed Towns?
Ed Towns, yes.
Yeah.
He's a big Prince fan. I like Ed Towns.
At first, I thought you were singing "I Would Walk 500 Miles" by
the Scott the Proclaimers.
I used to had those dudes terrify me because one night I had a fucking nightmare of their pale British asses following me through the woods playing that song. So I'm running through the woods
when I go out,
and I hear that dun 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 and like I keep thinking I'm running away and it's quiet and then all of a sudden you hear dun 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 like and I see their pale fucking glass. It was like I was genuinely scared of them as a kid. The fucking Brilliance or whatever they're called.
Oh no, the Proclaimers.
The Proclaimers.
They were actually when I was in college. That song hit in the late '80s, but its real hit happened in the mid '90s here.
But did that song? I feel like it's a good song. A punk band that I like covered that, and I enjoyed it.
That's good. That's good. Who was
did that song come out the same time "Addicted to Love" by fucking Robert Palmer came out?
It actually was. People don't realize that because it really hit more in my mid '90s, but it came out like in '87, '88. Because a roommate of mine from college had that on a disc.
Dude, my mom, when my mom first left my dad, we moved to Maryville, Indiana.
Yeah.
And we lived in this place called Pine Island Apartments. And it was me, my sister, my mom. My mom was with my stepdad, but we didn't live with him yet.
Okay.
And
the transition was happening.
She had a Colt. You know the cars, the Colt? They were little tiny cars.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And then she had this big-ass car. But rotating in those cars was Robert Palmer, Addicted to Love, the Proclaimers, fucking I Would Walk 500 Miles.
Yeah.
And then fucking the Elvis Costello Greatest Hits cassette where it's his face and it's blue on the side of it. It's just a Greatest Hits cassette.
Oh, it's a greatest. It's not Spike.
No.
Spike came out in '89.
No,
okay,
it's like
okay.
He almost looks like a moon in the sky.
Yeah,
but it's the side profile of his face.
I always had mixed feelings towards him.
I love Elvis Costello. He says the N-word in a song.
Why? What is his? What's your favorite song of his? Think of one that pops to
Angels
you.
Want to Wear My Red Shoes. I also like fucking Welcome to the Working Week is a good song.
Yeah.
That tune that's in the fucking that's at the end of 200 Cigarettes, which is a fucking great movie. What the fuck is it? What's so fun about Peace, Love, and Understanding?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, he's got hits.
I mean, the whole My Aim Is True album is great.
Veronica.
That's on Spike. I think.
Yeah, it's on Spike. That's an older song. Yeah,
and then Oliver's Army is good. That's the one he says the N-word in.
Or Radio is a real salvation.
Yeah.
Radio.
He jams, dude.
Yeah, he was big in the '80s, no doubt about that. But your mom wasn't a Midnight Oil fan, though, correct?
No, but I do like that song.
Let's give it back, down, down. Where do we go?
The verses are like,
they were like Australian woke of
that
the late
guy's like
80s.
a prime minister now. He's like heavily political.
Let's give it back. No, he was.
How can we dance when our bodies burn?
He was.
Song is about giving Australia back to the indigenous people.
Yeah, about Aborigines.
Yeah.
Or, you know what the racist term is for an Aborigine in Australia? One of the racist terms. Buddy of mine lived in Australia in the late 80s. They call them bongs, like smoking a bong hit.
That's great.
Call them bongs. When they call them bongs, because that's the noise they make when you hit them with your car. Bong, like that's the noise. Like that's how racist that was.
It's just a giant penal colony.
I mean, it's and honestly,
look at Lila Garrity's stuck up ass. We're watching Friday Night Lights here in the corner. If you couldn't tell,
she's cute. Jeez.
She
looked like Annie Weller, who I fooled around with for a while. Back
that's
in 02.
Lila Garrity. She dated Derek Jeter in real life.
But no, what were we saying about
Midnight Oil?
Midnight Oil. Yeah, Australia is like the States. It's basically, I mean, with a lot less people, but it's got a lot of rednecks. There's a lot of rednecks in Australia. But even there, they banned assault rifles. When they had their big mass shooting in Sydney, they're like, okay, we're banning it. Like
I've read the
New
account
Zealand.
of that mass shooting before.
Is it? Yeah, I mean, how does it?
I mean, it's weird how all these, like, the size of the story and the setup, and then, like, the detailed account of everything.
all the different perspectives.
But then you find out that the shooting lasted like 4.5 minutes.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
it's so quick, but then you read it and you're like, oh, this sounds like 2 hours of just straight drama.
Well, I think when shit like that goes on, time stops. You know what I mean? Like it moves very slow.
Because it's timed out perfect.
Yet it's totally fast.
It starts
too.
when the dude wakes up in the morning. Like calls his mother, does this, sets his manifesto. Then like he goes because it was like a vacation spot where he shot up, and like he parks outside, walks like starts killing people as he's walking in, and then there's people that are like in shops that don't even know what the fuck is going on, and then like. It's just
did he go to a mall or something? Or was it?
Let me see.
I'm curious. I was thinking about this, Keith, because for your generation, it seems like the mass shooter is the serial murderer of my generation.
Columbine,
Gen X was very into this. The individual serial murderer capture. I mean, why do you think Silence of the Lambs is such a huge movie? And a franchise, because Gen X loved that. But I feel like your generation, the mass shooter, kind of supplanted that. Which is interesting because I mean the mass shooting thing is definitely
the Port Arthur massacre.
Is that in Port Arthur, Texas?
Port Arthur, Tasmania.
Okay. So it was in Australia. Okay.
Yeah. April 28th to the 29th, 35 people were killed and 23 wounded.
What was his reason? What year was it?
96.
And what was his reasoning for that? Was it a racist thing or just
aftermath
like an incel?
And analysis? I don't know if it was racist. Let me skim over some of it. In 1992, Martin Bryan, then 25, was bequeathed about $570,000 in property and assets by a friend, Helen Harvey, who left her estate to him following her death in a car crash. He used part of this money to go on many trips around the world from 93 onwards. Bryant also withdrew many thousands of dollars during this period. He used at least some of the money in late 93 to purchase an AR-10 semi-automatic rifle through a newspaper advertisement in Tasmania. Bryant's father tried to purchase a bed and breakfast. Oh, yeah, okay. So his dad tried to purchase a bed and breakfast called Seascape, but Noeline, also known as Sally, and David Martin bought this property before his father could. So that was the impetus of it. And then his dad committed suicide because they couldn't it was like their dream. They probably invested everything into it. It fell through. So his dad fucking kills himself.
Oh, okay. So his dad killing himself was what made him snap.
Yeah.
Ooh, wow. What a rough bomb. That's a nuclear bomb going off for that family.
So,
holy shit.
Yeah. They declined so they kept Bryant's father offered to buy another property from the Martins at the Palmer's Lookout Road, but they declined the offer. So the dad was like, I'll buy you another spot and we'll switch. And they were like, no, we want the spot you want. So then the dad kills himself. Bryant later described the Martins as very mean people and as the worst people in my life.
And Bryant's
the guy who shot everybody.
And Martin was his in-laws?
Martin was the couple that bought the property from under his dad.
Oh, okay.
In late 95, Martin became suicidal after deciding he had enough. I just felt more people were against me.
Oof. Yeah,
when I tried to be friendly toward them, they just walked away. Although he had previously been a little more than a social drinker, his alcohol consumption increased. In March 96, Bryant and his AR-10 had his AR-10 repaired at a gun shop and made inquiries about an AR-15 in other gun shops. At the time of purchase, non-handguns were not required to be registered in Tasmania. According to Bryant, he had thought the plan for Port Arthur may have first occurred to him 12 weeks before the event.
Okay, so yeah, it was about a 4-month germination period.
Motivation. Bryant's motivation for the massacre was the refusal of the sale of the Seascape by the owners David and Noeline Martin, and to become notorious, as revealed by his lawyer on the Channel 7 program Sunday Night. He continually wanted people to know how many people he had killed and seemed impressed by the number. Bryant is only allowed to listen to music on a radio outside his cell and is denied access to any news reports of his massacre. Photographers allowed in to take pictures of him in his cell were forced to destroy the film in his presence when the governor found out.
Huh. Interesting how they want to make it like, yeah, you're not going to get like an ego stroke out of this or something. You know what I mean? Like that as a strategy. That makes sense with that psychology. There's certainly a narcissism to be able to go out and do something like that. It's pretty dramatic.
Like, he wakes up at 6 a.m., leaves the house at 9:47, travels to Forsett, arriving sometime around 11 a.m., 110, he gets to Port Arthur, and then there's this fucking Broad Arrow Cafe murder. Yeah, so he's like,
Open
it's
air.
like a giant place. So he gets there and he's just like walking up and picking off people as he goes.
So he's not spraying them. He's actually being more methodical.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
And then he gets to this
that's
cafe.
even more sinister.
And then he gets to this cafe and he basically kills everybody inside the cafe.
Then he sprays them. Basically, is that when he actually pulls?
Okay, so around 1:10, Bryant got in the line of a toll booth at the entrance to the historic site. He paid the entry fee and proceeded to park near the Broad Arrow Cafe, near the water's edge. The site security manager told him to park with the other cars because the area was reserved for camper vans, and the car park was very busy that day. Bryant moved his car to another site. He then moved his car back near the water outside the cafe. The security manager saw him go up the cafe carrying a sports-type bag with a video camera, but ignored him. Bryant went into the cafe and purchased a meal, which he ate on the deck outside. He attempted conversation with people about the lack of wasps in the area, and there not being as many Japanese tourists as usual. He appeared nervous and quite regularly looked back at his car parked in the cafe. Bryant finished his meal, walked into the cafe, returned his tray, assisted by some of the people who opened the door for him. He put his bag down on the table, pulled out of it a Colt AR-15 SP1 carbine with a Colt scope and 30-round magazine attached. The bag also contained, among other things, the knife he used to stab David Martin. That was the guy.
Wow.
So he killed the couple before he went to Port Arthur.
That was his first one?
Yeah. And that happened in the morning.
That makes sense. I mean, that's the reason why you're doing it. You know?
So he stabbed that dude. The cafe was very small. The tables were very close together and was particularly busy that day with many people waiting for the next ferry. The following events happened extremely quickly. Bryant took aim from his hip, pointed his rifle at Mohi. Oh, these are all people now.
Yeah.
Bryant then fired a shot at Mick Sargent, grazing his scalp and knocking him to the floor. What a lucky bastard.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah. Then he shot a 28-year-old. Yeah, then he just started murking people in the restaurant.
Wow. How was he subdued?
Let's see. He got it was like a standoff.
Okay, well, okay. I thought maybe he ran out of ammo.
So
and then a
I'm going to the end. So there was, I'm not going to detail all of it. So it goes the Broad Arrow Cafe murders, which is where he ate, and then he goes to the gift shop and kills people there. Then he goes to the car park and kills people there. Then he goes to the toll booth and kills people there, and then he jacks a car.
Yeah.
At this point, Bryant had killed 33 and injured 19. Service. Then he went to a service station, killed someone there, and then he abducted somebody.
He was kidnapping too.
And then at Seascape Roadway, he shot at a red Ford Falcon, continuing the other way. He was on a mission.
Yeah.
I feel like people like that are trying to get caught when that happens.
Oh yeah. I mean, they're going out with a bang, not a whimper. You know, I mean, they know this is going to end. Likely in their death.
It's different than like TV when you see someone doing this in a movie where it's methodical and they have this secret. I got a plane ticket with an identity. I'm going to go to fucking Paraguay.
Yeah, I have my out. You know, I have my route to survive this. No, they don't give a shit. They're making the choice to do this, and they're going to randomly kill people. You know, so yeah. But again, the mass shooting. Would you say Columbine for like your generation? That was a big kind of watershed.
I love the fucking dude. Like
Columbine's like a big. That's like almost like a September 11th event in your mind.
That was like because everything changed after that.
Yeah, Joe McMahon said that too.
The year you had to get your backpack searched every morning. I had to walk through a metal. They wanded us with a metal detector for the rest of that year.
Yeah.
After that, my friend, like you would get expelled for having like band shirts with cuss words on it.
Yeah.
Like my friend had a Pearl Jam shirt, a Pearl Jam Jeremy shirt on it, and it had a gun on it of the back of it, and they sent him home from school.
Yeah.
For wearing it, and it was just under his uniform shirt.
Yeah.
And they like saw it through his uniform because we had to wear school uniforms.
Oh, interesting. I'm curious, you know, because that wasn't the way. When I went to school, it was more loose. It was
just in middle school, and they told me that.
Do you think it was a good thing? Or
well, I didn't mind it. I mean, they looked. It was a sky blue shirt.
Yeah,
a sky blue polo shirt with navy slacks. and brown shoes.
Yeah.
And then you could also wear like a navy sweater over the polo if you wanted to.
Do you think that helped with one of the big things in junior high school? I'm sorry to cut you off, Keith. I know for myself, and certainly high school, it faded by my junior and senior year when I became more secure with myself. Was again the whole who had good clothes, who had bad clothes, who had the right shoes, who didn't have the right shoes. Like that was extremely important from like 12 to 15 or 16. Very important.
Here's what they told me.
Did it get rid of that, you think?
No, because we all had clothes in our locker to get out of our uniform. Like the second the bell rang, people,
you were out of your uniform.
People, when you would leave the building, you'd see people untucking their uniforms and like unbuttoning their shirts.
So they didn't like them necessarily.
No, you just had to do it. And then people even found ways around it. Like they even tightened it up over the, like you used to be able to have your shit untucked and then they stopped that. Yep. And then after a little bit, you had to buy a specific polo shirt because people were just buying sky blue shirts and wearing them.
Yeah.
And then like you had to wear a belt. You couldn't not wear a belt.
Yep.
There was a lot of insane shit like that.
Yeah.
But they told me that the reason they did it is because in the mid 90s, starter jackets were huge.
Absolutely.
And I guess kids were getting fucking jumped for their starter jackets.
Yeah. Oh, because that was like an $80 jacket or $90 jacket. That was an expensive jacket.
So
even more than that.
So they kind of panicked and thought like, well, kids are getting beat up for their clothes.
Yeah.
So we'll just make it so everybody has to wear the same thing.
Yep, exactly. But you were still a junior high school kid or high school kid. You know what I mean? Like
Here's
it wasn't
the real
like,
thing.
Yeah.
Black kids were jumping white kids for their starter jackets.
Yeah.
And they wanted to stop it.
So there was a racial undercurrent to it too?
Absolutely.
Interesting.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Interesting. Because I always thought, because that argument, I remember when I was like in my 20s, that became a thing. Like in the 90s, that became, having a school uniform was definitely a policy that was kind of, I don't want to say it wasn't like wildfire, but a lot of schools were implementing it. And I was working at that time in my career or early in my career. So I remember thinking to myself, maybe that was a good idea to have that. Because I think about my young experience was if you didn't have the right clothing, you got made fun of.
Oh, and
or if you had nice clothing, then you got kind of fucked with because you were like, oh, you have some money.
No.
So
I remember when I was in elementary school, it was a nicer area that I lived in.
Yeah.
And airwalks were so popular.
Yeah.
The shoes, the skateboard shoes, airwalks.
Yeah.
And if you didn't have airwalks, you got made fun of. And I remember I got airwalk looking shoes and everybody made fun of me for having cheap airwalks.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That was a big thing. That started in the 5th grade, I
So
think.
that did go away. But here's the thing. You get made fun of for other shit.
Well, exactly.
Your
kids
kids
are still going to be kids.
From 5th through 8th grade, that's bully time.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's just you're not stopping it.
Yep.
If you take away them making fun of their clothes, they're gonna make fun of their hair.
Yeah, or they're gonna make fun of the way they breathe, something goofy.
Or they're gonna make fun of your family.
Yeah, they're gonna know something. Yeah, they're gonna figure something out. Yeah,
it's just how kids are.
Yep. No, exactly. You can try to avoid it, and I think a lot of people have pain still from that experience. That stays with them and motivates them. I think a lot of people.
What helped me is most of the people who made fun of me, I either was friends with or eventually became friends with. I think it's when you immediately are like
defensive and
or when you just kind of are like, well, I'm not gonna talk to the person. I used to hate this girl named Risha Daniels.
Yeah.
Oh, we used to go at it, dude. We would roast each other, and I did not like her.
Yeah,
but we would talk every day.
Yeah. There's something good about that, though. You know what I mean? Like, you have to know your enemy a little bit. Like, I think there's the whole ignoring someone.
Anytime I would just be like, "What's up, Risha?" And she'd go, "Shut up talking to me."
Oh, she was a sister?
Oh, yeah. I went to school with a lot of black people. I used to make fun of her because she had visible glue in her fucking dreadlocks. Chunks of glue in her hair. It was disgusting. What are you doing?
That's hilarious, man. But no, it just... I think about from my bullying, because I certainly got bullied, but not, my bullying was more my brother. That was my bullying, my family
She would call me
situation.
fat. I was a fat kid. That's what she would call me, fat, pasty, white boy. Like, it wasn't like I was just going at her.
Yeah.
I had to
you
realize.
had to fend off some things, too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
This girl, Chandra Shields, hated. She used to torture people, but she really liked me. But I always had ammo for her because she had a real hairy neck.
Oh yeah,
like a sideburn that connected below her ear.
Yeah.
So I always was just like, if she comes at me,
that was in your back pocket.
If she comes at me about anything, I'm fucking going at that neck hair immediately.
I'm trying to think,
but she liked me because I would always be like, why do you like me? She called my fucking English teacher a fag to his face, and he took it.
Wow.
He took it. He didn't send her off or anything.
He was gay.
I felt no. He was just a dorky white guy.
Yeah.
I actually felt bad for him, and we actually got closer because I worked at a video store that he used to go to.
Yeah.
And I looked back at his account and saw the last time he ordered porn.
Yeah, man. I think about, when I was bullied. I certainly got made when I moved, when I was the new kid. It breaks one of two ways being the new kid. At 13 years old, I move. My 8th grade experience. To me, 8th grade is the pinnacle year of it all. 8th grade is the worst. It improves after 8th grade. When I moved, sure, I was getting made fun of in the 6th and 7th grade, but I had a crew. I also had an older brother that people knew. Hey, I was Jay's brother, so they kind of knew me. So I was going to have a certain path going into high school. Teachers would have liked me. My brother was a brain. That was what he was labeled.
He was a brain?
My brother was labeled most preppy in his high school, which is hilarious when I think about it now. It's hilarious when I think about it now.
Is he not preppy?
Oh, he is an obese, mentally ill man now is what he is. That's, that's just what he is, And he's been,
But does he still wear like khakis and shit?
No. He wears
basketball
clothes
shorts,
threadbare and shit. Because he's just like, this materialistic society we live in is a lie. Everyone buys into it. Listen, man. If you got the cash, get a few nice pieces of clothing.
He's
you know what I mean?
Wrapped in a tinfoil NASA blanket, fucking on the internet all
eating
day.
Kale.
Yeah.
So no, he's not that because he's actually overweight. But anyway, when I think about my bullying, being the new kid was tough. I got bullied a lot that first year, pretty fair amount. I wasn't one of the true bullied kids, but I was like 2 levels away from that, maybe even a level away from that because I was the new kid. And I can remember crying one time after school. I remember crying. We should have a segment in this show. It just should be called "Crying," just our experience crying. So
dude,
I cried. That was one of the last times I ever cried with a school thing. I was 13 years old.
When was the last time I cried in school?
I cried when. Oh, I think I told this story before. Yeah, but go ahead. When was the last time you cried?
I'm trying to think. I don't know if I ever did it in school. I think
You must have cried in like the 4th or 5th grade or something.
No. I never cried in school.
Something? I can't make that boast. I cried one time in school.
What'd you do?
It was a 7th grade dance. I was 12 years old. I'd go to the dance. It was fun. I remember listening to Rick James' Super Freak. I was just thinking about that today. And, you'd be in a circle with a bunch of boys and girls, like 6 boys, 6 girls. You'd be kind of pushed. The boys would be pushing each other around. The girls would be giggling. You know what I mean? You were kids. You were 12 years old. Well, I had a crush on Andrea Russo. She was totally beautiful. She was like, I had a crush on her. She was a cheerleader. I had a huge crush on her. 12 years old. And then this kid, Jamie Williams, who I liked. He was a good kid, Southern kid. Good kid, though. And we were kind of goofing around. And he shoved me, and she was sitting down on a chair. He shoved me into her, and the back of my elbow caught her on the bridge of the nose and gave her a bloody nose. And she's burst into tears, like she burst into tears. And I felt terrible. And I cried. I ran off and cried. And my buddy Scott Marple was like, "What the fuck is your problem, man? You fucking cried. What are you?" But it was one-on-one. He didn't do it in front of the group. He's like, "What are you doing, man?" He completely.
Oh, that's great. I've never cried. I'm proud that I've only cried about stupid shit. Like I've not cried through deaths. I've been to both grandparents' funerals. I laughed hard at one of my friends' my best friend's dad died. Yeah. And I remember I cackled laughing at his funeral because, the priest was doing the eulogy, and it was clearly that funeral home's priest or whatever the fuck. Like, he didn't know the guy that I knew.
Yeah.
Because he was doing his little eulogy, and he goes, Bob thought of Eleanor as a rare rose. And when he said that, I just went... Because there's no way he thought that.
I know.
There's no way. He loved his wife, but there's no way he thought of her as a rare rose.
Yeah, in a very literal plane.
It was just that moment where I was like, you didn't know Big Bob.
Yeah.
Like, he called me homo all the time. Like, there's no way he thought of his wife as a rare rose.
Yeah, she was a rare rose. Eleanor. By the way, what an old school good name.
It's a great
Eleanor.
name. She's allergic to the sun.
You know, ooh, man. Oh, she gets like sun poisoning and stuff on her skin?
She gets tired in the sun. Ooh. We used to make fun. Oh, believe me, we made fun of her and her children for that. That's such a bad allergy. Your children get made fun of for that.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, that was my crying experience.
Sickly kids, those Doyles.
Yeah. Some people are, you know?
Oh, her sun allergy passed on. Fucking the one oldest kid has blue lips for some reason, blue freckles on his lips.
Ooh,
had this
it's
thing.
A circulation issue.
He had
it's
this thing where he had polyps and his fucking ass would fall out of his ass all the time.
Oh,
yeah.
Like, I mean, were they conceived like next to like a used uranium rod plant? You know,
they're
like
just
some sort
broken
of
people.
You know, whatever, a landfill.
Amy's pretty strong. His sister's pretty strong.
Yeah.
So she didn't really have anything too wrong with her, but like they're just frail people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Frail people.
Yeah.
Actually, it's semi-serious because Bobby, he has kids.
Yeah.
Every time they have a kid, they have to get checked for polyps.
Wow.
It's like it's
a hereditary thing.
Well, if you catch it early enough too, you can like stop it to where your ass won't fall out when you're taking a shit.
God. Yeah, that
But
that
that's
would be
how
terrible.
intense we were. We made fun of him for that.
Yeah.
Like, we found out that his intestines fell out of his anus while he was taking a shit one time, and we were like, that is hilarious.
I feel very good about that. I mean, you know, knowing some bullies. Again, Monty.
But I loved him.
Maturing, yeah, of course. You know, Monty said, all you got to do as a bully is just find one thing. It's just one thing and hammer that thing home. Trump has proven that. You just hammer that home and you repeat it.
We did it to family members. My best friend used to make fun of his Grandma Betty, they called her. It wasn't his grandma, but it was like his cousin's grandma. Like step type shit.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't his grandma, but they called her grandma.
Yeah.
She loved Liberace. And I guess anytime they were around her, they would just call Liberace gay. And it would really get her upset. Like, legitimately, like, end Christmas dinners.
Just her in a huff, just like taking her napkin out of her neck and be like, that's it. Out of my collar, it's over.
I was there
in
one
a
time.
Huff. Liberace's not gay. Liberace's gay.
Oh, he was gay as...
Liberace was gayer than a fucking $3 bill.
Gay as a Christmas light fucking parade.
You know,
the one that got me, we were at a get together and they were talking about Liberace, and my best friend goes, he was just like, man, I heard Liberace had his hand buried with his hand in his back pocket, like of just like janking with his dick, and they were like, that's enough, I'm gone, and she like left the room.
You're pushing a button. He wasn't buried that way. You know what I mean? Like, by the way, his Reels autopsy, celebrity autopsy, is a great one. It's a great one because it totally goes into, they use the autopsy or just like how fucking closeted he had to be in those times. I remember him dying.
It probably took on physical features. He was so closeted.
Well, it was also
that wrinkles from being 20 years in the closet.
But also, but he also, what was creepy about him is he had a lover. And he was interviewed on the Hollywood Tree. Scott Thorson.
Hey, Scott.
Exactly. Which, by the way, is Behind the Candelabra is a good movie. It's a good movie. And I guess, like, I remember they were interviewing the actual Scott Thorson, and I was like, did Liberace have a son? Like, he had a beard in the 50s. He was trying to
Wasn't Scott a big beefy gay guy?
Well, yeah, he was, and he was young. I mean, he was like in his early 20s. You know, he wanted a young guy, and I was like, but he looked like Liberace. I was like, Scott Thorson. Well, then it turns out Liberace brought Scott Thorson to a plastic surgeon in Beverly Hills in the early 80s.
He got him to look like him, right?
Yeah, and brought a picture of himself from 30 years earlier when he was a young man and said, I want you to make his face look like mine when I was 27 years old. So his face looks like, I mean, that is a form of narcissism. That's pretty crazy. That's a pretty crazy form of narcissism. I mean, it's ultimately harmless. It's weird.
How good was Liberace throwing it down if you agree to do that?
Well, okay, Lee. But then
there was money involved, right? He was just paying for his heroin addiction or something.
Well, yeah,
right?
I think he was all into pills and stuff too. I mean, I'm sure he was a fucked up dude.
Scott, you can. I don't care what you do as long as you boof it off my butt.
Yeah, well, he was. But it's
you know what boofing is, Scott? Boofing's when you get it all in the wrinkles.
When he was when he died, I was in high school, senior in high school. Like Rock Hudson had died a couple years earlier. Freddie Mercury had not died.
I was going to say
yet.
got fingered.
But it was like there was enough gay people that had died, and it was like still kind of like, well, was he gay? It's like, yes, he was fucking gay.
Absolutely.
And he was
as gay as Stanley Tucci.
The Stanley Tucci, but that's going to be that's going to be our hook that actually gets us more followers.
That's Stanley Tucci's gay?
Yeah, it's going to be. Did you hear? Hey, there's a whisper campaign. Stanley Tucci's gay.
He's not gay. He's got children.
Not at all. He's got like 4 or 5 kids.
Yeah.
You know, that's not a beard. You know, it's like
no.
You know, I mean, 2 or fewer is a beard. If you got 3 or 4 kids, you're a heterosexual man. You know, you like
enjoy it.
Yeah, so but it was Liberace, the gay thing. Saying gay and faggot was I mean, that was said loudly.
Oh, dude,
loudly.
Even in the
college.
early 2000s, we were watching.
Yeah.
I watched the 2 early Rob Zombie movies, House of a Thousand Corpses, and that whole family.
House of a Thousand Corpses.
Dude, those movies are awesome.
Yeah, Zombie man. White Zombie was good. You know. Yeah,
I love his movies. You're like, White Zombie was good.
In the early 90s, they were definitely part of that kind of Lower East Side. Yeah, like helmet, fucking cop, shoot cop. You
That's
know,
every White Zombie song.
That was like badass music in 93. 93, 94, you were into White Zombie. It was bad ass.
Word a word. Rob Zombie's solo album came out when I was in 6th grade. Super Mega Beast or whatever the fuck. That shit was popular.
Oh, absolutely. Oh yeah. I mean, definitely, you were of an era, like when I was growing up, when I was in high school, it was like certainly the band guys took over the jocks as the cool dudes.
Dude, check this out. When in 6th grade, I just realized how dumb this was. We used to bring CDs to school to just show them to each other.
Oh yeah.
Like we would just be like, I got the new Rob Zombie CD, and then I would just stare at it in math class.
Well, of course,
Read
man.
the liner.
Read the liner notes. Reading the liner notes is a fun thing to do on an album. I love reading liner notes. You don't do that now. That's one of the things about being a music connoisseur now. It's so instantaneous that you miss out. Liner notes are a good thing,
but I just like the idea of like, oh, I got the new Rob Zombie CD. Instead of being cool and being like, let's ditch class and go listen to it, I'm just like, can I hold it?
Yeah.
Can I hold it while I pay attention in math class?
Yeah. Well, it's a distraction to not pay attention.
We should have a pack of cigarettes rolled up in our locker, and we go listen to this album in an alley somewhere.
Exactly. Get a 15-minute listen in.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, absolutely.
We lived so close to middle school. That was always how you know that we're fucking controlled by fucking every aspect of life.
Yeah.
Of how there were times where I could almost see my house from my school. And I'm just like...
Was that a form of torture?
No, but it was... I just remember thinking of like, I could ask to go to the bathroom right now.
Yeah, and just go home.
And just go home.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
be back.
Nobody...
Yeah.
Almost nobody would know.
Yep.
Or
that's a good thing, though, man. I mean...
And I just never did.
Yeah.
But I wanted to every time. My ditching was lying about being sick. If I wanted to ditch school, I would just tell my mom I don't feel good, and I stay home.
I never ditched school. I went. I wasn't a great student, but
They used to have to. It got so bad to where even when I was sick, they would make me go to school because they weren't quite sure if I was telling the truth. I developed psychosomatic sickness.
Yeah.
Where in 2nd grade it was real bad. Where every morning for some reason I would just say I'm sick, and then I would make myself throw up
because you didn't like going to school.
I hated it.
Yeah.
I remember in 2nd grade, I started thinking every day, and I did this pretty much until high school.
Yeah.
Every day I'd go to school, and I would count down 17 more years before I don't have to go to school.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
16 more years.
What a form of torture to do to yourself.
Or however many years. Like
I get it. I mean, you probably aren't the only one.
Like, 9 more years.
Dude, the last day of school, again, the last day of school was like liberation. It was like the ball and chain was being taken off of your ankle. Like, my God, I got 2.5 or 3 months.
However many hours there are between kindergarten and high school, I hated every single one of them. I never, ever had fun in school.
Yeah, school was a chore for me.
Ever.
It was.
Lunch was dope.
Lunch, physical education, and time, like a period off. There were too many classes going on for me. I would have done better with like 3 classes versus 5.
I had
5 classes is too many for me.
I had this old kooky ass reading teacher.
Yeah.
I told you this off mic. Of reading and English were separate in my fucking school. My reading teacher, Mr. Novak, this motherfucker thought that Minutemen should still exist to make people go vote.
Yeah.
He would show you videos about Lyme disease because he thought Lyme disease was fucking rampant.
Yep.
And he thought he thought school should end at noon. He was like, you should all be able to go home.
Yeah.
At noon.
It should go like 8:30 to
and
noon.
like do like, because he was talking about pioneer times when you had to go help Pa on the farm.
Yeah,
and shit.
exactly. I'm sure you had to do 5-6 hours.
But he said he was like, there's no reason that you guys. He goes in. As a teacher, I thought he knew what he was talking about. But he said he goes, there's nothing you past noon, you're not going to learn anything.
Yeah.
Like he just thought like you're done. Your brain is too active by then.
Yep.
Like we got from 7 a.m. to noon.
Yep.
To shove as much shit in your head, and then you should be allowed to leave.
Yeah.
What's that extra 3 hours really?
Yeah. No, I know for myself.
Noon to 3, everyone's just itching to go home. You're not paying attention.
You know what I found too? There shouldn't be a class after lunch. When I would eat lunch, I would just be completely sluggish for like 45 minutes.
That's another thing too. He said we should be allowed. We should be allowed. We should be allowed to leave school and trust that we can come back.
Do you know another thing they did that's smart in Europe and a lot of the Southern European countries? They got that siesta. In Spain, you'll work like 9 to noon, 9 to 1. You have 1 to 3 off, and then you work like 3 to 6, maybe 4 to 7. So you go back and work a second part of the day because the middle of the day, in
England they have legit tea time.
Oh yeah,
you get 20 minutes to drink a spot of fucking tea.
Well, why wouldn't that make sense? That's humane. This country's like, no, we're gonna put the screws to you, goddammit.
You just got to figure out ways. You want to know what I do?
You do.
I get a 10-minute break, Crocious. So you know what I do? I order food, and then I go back to work until my food's done.
Yeah,
that's a 7-minute break right there.
Yep.
Then you get your food, you go on your 10-minute break.
Yep.
You really milk that 10. The second your ass hits the seat, your 10-minute break starts.
Yeah.
And then when 10 minutes later you get up, you throw away, then you go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
I got a shit. I just ate.
Yep.
10 more minutes.
Yep.
Right there. I get 30 minutes out of my 10-minute break every fucking morning.
Yeah. Well, you should. You should. But you're right. But for me, I feel it's too with work right now. I do very good work in the morning. By 8:30, by 8:15 sometimes, I'm raring to go. And those first couple hours, really until about noon or 1 o'clock, I'm cranking. Today I worked 3.5 hours, 2 hours and 45 minutes, 3 hours. I was cranking. The last half an hour, I was starting to get cranky. And I was like, oh, it's time for me to stop. So I'll put another 4 hours in tomorrow. But I tend to do better work earlier in the day.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I still work at the end of the day, but by the end of the day, dude, I'm physically exhausted. By 5:30, I'm tired. I've put a good 9-hour day in.
Minutemen, though, man.
Yeah, well,
this
that's
motherfucker went on a rant. Oh, we laughed.
Goofy.
We laughed. I knew his daughter.
Yeah.
And when I found out that she was his daughter, I was like, "Oh, Mr. Novak's your dad," and she was just kind of like, "Yeah."
By the way, Friday Night Lights has some pretty women, but go ahead.
Well, yeah, dude, it's fucking all hot bimbos from fucking Dillon, Texas.
Yeah,
from the fictional town of Dillon, Texas.
This is like the Baywatch of now.
Where was the actual Permian? Where the fucking?
It's near Odessa.
Odessa,
it's far west Texas, like the desert, real tough part of Texas. Real hard scrabble part of Texas.
Yeah. Do you know what's incorrect about the shows and the movies? So in the movie and the show, the movie specifically, so they play this one high school in the state championship.
Yeah.
In the movie.
Dallas Carter, who's like a total force.
In the way the playoffs were structured, there's no way those two teams would play. They would have played each other in the semifinal, and they did. So the game that championship game is based on was
actually a semifinal.
Was actually the semifinal.
Yeah.
And there was like a third of the people there.
Yeah.
Like in the movie, it's this 15,000 seat stadium, and they said in reality there was about 1,600 people there. It was pouring mud ass rain.
Yeah.
And it was kind of a shitty game.
Yeah.
Interesting. But they said the way the playoffs are structured, the state final is between, because there's different districts. You have like Western League, Eastern League. So like the teams don't play each other until the actual state championship, which is like two random fucking teams. It's almost like a BCS situation.
Yeah. Oh, dude, there are high schools in Texas that have 25,000 seat stadiums. Like,
but in 1987, that wasn't a thing.
Yeah.
Like when
plus West Texas was poor. West Texas is poor. Oh, because they had oil. Yeah, but late 80s.
Well, that's
Texas,
a big part of the book too.
The oil thing was.
Well, that's a part of the book.
70s
too.
It was.
Well, that's a part of the book too. Is about how racist the town was.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But like they loved him as football players, but they just weren't cool outside. Like once the game was over, Booby Miles was fucking.
Yeah, he was on the wrong side of the tracks.
Yeah, that N Booby.
Yeah, but they were a force, man. I mean, those Texas high school football, they take it seriously, man.
Got Landry over here. He's eventually going to become a murderer that kills a child in Breaking Bad.
Is that? Oh, that's that dude.
Yeah, he weighs.
Wasn't he in
470
Black Monday
pounds
or
now.
something?
Something like that.
That Whitey Bulger movie.
350 pounds now.
Yeah, he played Philip Seymour Hoffman's son. In The Master.
He's so fat now. He kind of just looks like that in Breaking Bad. And then they did the Breaking Bad movie El Camino, which takes place moments after Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
But in reality, it was filmed 10 years later.
Yeah.
So it's just wild to see when you watch El Camino, it's his character 85 pounds heavier.
Yeah.
Like, how did you gain 85 pounds in 4 days?
Yeah. It's crazy. Interesting. Yeah.
Age hits you, dude. It's interesting to see with celebrities how most celebrities, when they get money, they get hot. Like, annoyingly hot.
Yeah.
But it's just interesting when you see those celebrities get their big paycheck and you're just like, oh, you gained 90 pounds quick. You're done.
He's Marlon Brando.
You are
Fuck
done.
it, man. I'm going to eat everything I want.
You're done with the business.
I'm literally going to I'm going to buy an island and have sex with like island girls and stuff. I mean, he went off the deep end, man. Brando went crazy.
He was like his character like his character in Apocalypse Now.
Yeah. When they flew him in, I guess like Coppola didn't like, he had literally gained like a good 60 to 80 pounds. And he was like, holy shit, I didn't think he was going to be that fat. So they had to shoot him in like shadows and stuff a lot because he was so big, would focus on his face. He made $2 million for that. And he was like, whatever. He was on set
they
for
behead a cow for that movie.
A snail.
They actually beheaded a cow for
on a straight
Apocalypse
razor.
Now.
Like a snail. The whole like,
I feel like in Apocalypse Now, there are moments in the dialogue where you clearly tell he just got tired.
I'm delivering my line. Martin
I'm gonna go to sleep now.
But I'm now
tired.
315 pounds and I'm 5'10". I'm tired.
He just kind of rambles. The only thing I remember,
Jor-El in Superman.
Oh yeah. Do you want to know what I prominently remember about Apocalypse Now? Is Smells Like Victory with the napalm and Martin Sheen's naked ass in the beginning. He's like nude in bed.
Well, I guess when they filmed that, he was he had drank like, he was on like bottle of wine number 3 or 4. Like he was totally hammered, and they took a long time to shoot. So he actually cut his hand when he punched the window. He actually cut his hand, and they had to take him away, and he's weeping, getting into the role. We're gonna film you, but letting an actor stretch out and get all shit faced and film him. What a goofy idea. Oh, we'll film it for 13 hours, and you'll get loaded. You'll get into the character, you'll discover
Let's listen to Coach inspire some kids.
Things you want, gentlemen. Let's go.
Oh,
that's
he's
right.
So inspiring, dude. To hype myself up, there's this great fucking speech he does at the championship game where he just fucking.
You get a tear in your eye?
Oh, dude, where he's just like, because they got this saying throughout the whole series. Anytime, like when they do their locker room thing, he'll go clear eyes, full hearts, and they'll all go, can't lose.
Yeah.
It's fucking great. So in the championship game, they're getting their asses fucking walloped. Dude.
Yeah.
And they're all just sitting silent, and he does he was like, everybody in the stands here thinks you're going to lose. 20,000 people have written you off tonight. And then he was just like, at some point, every man, he's in a fight, and he's going to lose. He was just like, and he basically does there ain't nothing wrong with going down with losing. Let's go down fucking fighting.
Yeah.
and they fucking gets them fucking all hyped up, and then he just quietly goes, "Clear eyes, full hearts," and they just go, "Carlos," and they it's fucking awesome, dude.
You know, all those speeches, though, I always think about that because I didn't play high school sports. All those speeches, I think you forget that speech the first time you get hit really hard on a play. A minute and a half in, the speech is over.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's like that stuff has a shelf life, you know?
Hey, remember when Coach said that gay shit at halftime?
Oh, yeah, it's 4th and 1. Let's stop him. No, it's like, we got to do this or he's going to yell at us. You know, it's like, yeah, football and sports in general, I was still of the era where it was a lot of negative feedback. It was a lot of yelling and you're fucking up a lot. You know, maybe that's because I wasn't a very good athlete. I was in my head. I couldn't relax. I was too tense. But I played a lot of organized sports. You know, I was my role
T-ball?
was like.
Did you play T-ball?
Did not play T-ball. I was a bad baseball player.
I fucking dude, I
bad baseball. Yeah, you said you could hit the ball pretty well. We should go to the batting cages tomorrow when it's 114. You know,
dude, I got my fantasy draft, and then we can do that.
No, I got to golf, and then I'm going to work for about 3 or 4 hours afterwards because I have to.
Sound like a goddamn insurance salesman.
I have to, man. It's what it is, man. I got a deadline coming up, and I got a lot of outstanding items.
Okay,
you know?
Here we go, baby. We're gonna fucking switch this over to some fucking Coach T.
But yeah, it's
Switch it over from Martin Morrow on a Progressive commercial.
What are we going to now, Keith? What are we going to?
All right, here we go. We're going to listen to Coach
We're winding
Taylor.
down the first half here a little bit, right?
There you are.
Oh, wait, hold on. I still got wrestling on. Yeah, we can. We're winding down a little
cool.
bit.
It's
Are
cool.
you?
I'm feeling good, but yeah, we had a good first half. I got good energy, you know.
So this is the speech. So I'm going to set the scene for you, Crocious, and the fans. We switched over. I'm going to do this 2-minute clip. The Dillon Panthers are down 20 points in the championship game. They're playing at old Dallas Cowboys Stadium.
Oh yeah.
And this is the halftime speech, dude.
Is that speech still around? Or the speech is that stadium still around?
I think so.
I think it's been ripped down. Had to have been ripped down.
Who knows?
God, what a behemoth they replaced it with. What a monstrosity.
Well, and I guess at the time, probably when they built it, it was probably like, what the fuck is this thing?
95,000 people can sit there, man. They got
I'm saying the old one.
Oh, the old one was that was a very hip stadium in the late 70s. Boy, Dallas, that stadium had some character. That had late 70s character. You know, the stadiums back then were pretty generic and pretty shitty, but that stadium had some character.
So here's the speech. They're down. They're going into the locker room. Coach Taylor's not going to let it fucking happen. Look, he's about to cry, dude. He's pissed. Bunch of fucking pussies. He's paralyzed. He gets paralyzed episode
when Jason
1.
Street went down the first game of the season. Everybody wrote us off. Everybody. And yet here we are at the championship game.
That shit has a lot.
40,000 people out there have also written us off. There are a few out there who do still believe in you.
What were you going to say?
You know, that stuff has a shelf life. When someone gets hurt or killed early in the season, by week 4 of the season,
check
you've forgotten
this out,
about
and then
it.
we'll get back to it. So, the Peter Berg, when he was researching the TV show, he went to a random high school game, and the quarterback got fucking domed and got paralyzed.
God.
So he based Jason Street on that fucking character.
Yeah.
So he's their star quarterback, like legit. Joe Montana
D1,
gonna go to
D1
college,
guy,
and he gets fucking spiked episode 1 and never walks for the rest of the show.
And for the rest of his life.
And then the backup
In TV
quarterback,
land.
and then Jason Saracen, the backup quarterback. The whole show is about him becoming the fucking dude.
Yeah.
But this will continue on. It's their family
You'll
being
never
disappointed.
give up on you. You go back out on the field, those are the people I want in your minds.
The little kid spirit.
Those are the people I want
Mama.
in your hearts. Every man at some point in his life is going to lose a battle. He's going to fight and he's going to lose. But what makes him a man
Is a dick.
is that in the midst of that battle, he does not lose himself.
Big old dick.
Yeah.
This game is not over. This battle is not over. So let's hear it one more time. Together. Clear eyes, full hearts.
Let's go!
There you go.
Crocious, they win the game.
Well, of course. Are they down like what, 21-0?
Like 26-10 or something like that.
You can come back from that.
Yeah.
When you're down 35-0, game over. 28-0,
They
game
do
over.
it pretty logically too. Like the other team scores more. Like by the fourth quarter, it's like 35-27 or something like that. Like and then it's last play of the game.
Yeah.
The running back fucking earlier in the season gets popped for using steroids. So he's like coming off it. Like the whole storyline is he shouldn't be playing and he's hurt and shit. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
It's a good show.
Absolutely.
Showing my illegal stream websites, just fucking out in the open.
So we mix the time up a little bit this week because I want to do more deliveries on Saturday night, hopefully.
Oh, look this is when he's quit football. So that's their star running back.
Who blew his knee?
Yeah. Not yet.
Oh,
but he's working because their family's all poor.
You can't do it, right? Right? What's the issue?
I got to work at the Dairy
That's
Queen.
a very good question.
I'm making $7.75 an hour.
Your love line is so deep.
Dude, Tim Riggins is
They're getting a lot of high school sex, good high school sex going on.
Oh, yeah.
That was a bright line.
And
those having sex in high school,
so that's
those not
Lila
having
Garrity.
sex.
She's dating the paralyzed quarterback.
But she's like,
oh no, she becomes
the inflatable.
She breaks up with him. She can't handle that he's paralyzed. She doesn't like his paralyzed limp dick. She starts fucking Tim Riggins, and they're best friends. It becomes the severing point for the rest of the show. Jason Street and Tim are not fucking cool.
Yep, exactly.
And the show's 5 seasons long.
Yep.
So,
hey man, women will do that to you.
16 episodes into this season, they start banging like episode 8, and then in episode 16, you find out. Like Jason finds out.
Oh yeah.
It's an episode called like.
You find out?
No, it might be called Nirvana because the episode starts where he finds out at the end of one episode, and then at the beginning of the next one, he goes to a CD store to buy a Nirvana CD, and he fucking flips out in the store because they don't have the fucking Nirvana CD. He fucking throws shelves around.
Yeah.
And has like his breakdown.
His breakdown?
Moment. Yeah.
I've never done that.
Because he's all well, if you were paralyzed, then your fucking dick couldn't get hard.
Yeah. No, that's true. That's true. Yeah, well, I didn't realize that was part of his character.
You'd punch a CD rack.
Yeah.
If that happened. And then if your best friend had a nice, swollen, veiny, hard cock and he was putting it inside of your girlfriend.
Yeah. Yeah. That'd be disappointing. Yeah, I remember that.
That'd
I remember
be
getting
disappointing.
Pissed. Yeah, that'd be disappointing. I remember having, I mean, it's when I got my heart broken, which I never cried over.
I always cried about that alone.
Yeah, I remember being pretty frustrated though, being angry, being upset.
Oh, this is season 3. We got JD McCoy.
One.
So fucking season 3, another quarterback moves into town. This fucking kid moves his kid to Dylan.
Oh, this guy moves
like fucking gerrymanders his fucking kid onto.
Is
this
that Michael
team.
Showalter?
No. And fucking JD McCoy's a piece of shit, and he's better than Jason Saracen. He's like the best quarterback in Texas. So this whole season, it's about Saracen becoming better, and he's not better. They end up just like they make some bullshit up to get JD off the team
to give this guy the opportunity to be the quarterback.
Okay, so here's what happens. This guy ends up doing. Who's the coach that tackles a fucking player when he's running?
Oh yeah, I remember that.
He
happening.
does that. Yeah. He fucking tackles
an interception.
He might do
return?
it to his son. He might tackle JD. Like JD throws an interception and he like fucking choke slams him.
Like and then Woody Hayes style, it goes after him.
Well, that's when you find out that like the dad's a piece of shit and JD's actually a good kid. And then for the rest of the season, JD happily is backup quarterback to Jason Saracen, and he becomes like a part of the team.
Yeah, exactly. No, I tell you, man. Going to high school in Eau Claire, Wisconsin, which was a very good basketball high school. My senior year in high school was the first losing year in 44 years. They hadn't had a losing season below 500. They were 9-11. My senior year,
good number.
They had a bad year, and they were used to going to state. They had won state several times. Went to state like eight or 9 times in their history. Like very good high school basketball. Dick Bennett coached my high school. Like it was very good high school. Not when I was there. He went to UW-Stevens Point where he coached Terry Porter, and then went to Green Bay, and then coached the Badgers. Very good coach.
My high school's basketball team was actually really good. I think the biggest player to come out of there is Joe Chapman. He played with Dwayne Wade at Marquette.
Oh yeah,
I knew his sister well. That was always a local brag.
Yeah,
of like friends with Joe Chapman's little sister.
Yeah. Yeah, but
she's huge. She's like 7 feet tall.
Yeah, these kids. I mean,
she was the first. So her and my friend Taiwan started dating. Taiwan Dawson.
Yeah.
They started like middle school dating in like 6th grade.
Yeah.
And I remember walking in, because in my middle school, the 6th grade was there was like a 6th grade wing. Like you really didn't leave that corner of the school all of 6th grade. All your classes were in this little corner.
Yeah.
And I remember cutting the corner from English class to go to math class. You had to like do a U. And I remember getting to the bottom part of the U.
Yeah.
And I saw Taiwan and Sierra super making out.
Yeah.
And they were... the reason it always clicked in my head that they got together because they were the 2 tallest people
yeah
in the 6th grade class. So it was just like, obviously the 2 tall black people are gonna end up
hooking up.
They were like, well, I don't think
like
they
tongue
hooked up.
They were tongue kissing.
Like fucking like,
hard.
Oh, like a black movie parody. Like it was
Soul Child.
But I remember that was the moment where I stopped and I was like, that's going to be like a thing now. Everybody's going to be doing this. Like everyone's going to find out about this.
Yeah.
Like
6th grade was 7th grade. That was the real breakthrough.
Like that was when I saw them making out.
That was early sex.
I immediately got tension of like, fuck, now I got to kiss girls. God damn it, Taiwan, you set the precedent. You set the precedent, you asshole.
Yeah, mine was more.
Everybody saw you.
But yeah, but I remember in my high school basketball, like there were families that moved to our district to get their kid on the team because I thought they had a better chance of maybe playing a college basketball or
Mighty Duck shit.
And like that happened like. And there would be recruiting.
Get your little cake
like there would be
eater
recruiting. They would do like they hear, oh, there's a 7-foot kid down in this one town. Let's bring him to Eau Claire and we'll work with him. We'll work with the big guy. You make him a better player, and like that would happen on occasion. So it was like and going to high school when we played North, the rival. We had 2,200 kids watching a high school basketball game, and that's a lot for a small gym. I mean, that would be we'd play at the college stadium. It was a big deal. And but I remember and doing stuff like that. People trying to buy people off, curry favor.
Dude, I remember
the JV kids' parents wouldn't hang out with the varsity's kids' parents. There was a hierarchy and stuff.
My high school had dog shit sports. The football team was laughable. I think we went 5 straight years without winning a game.
What was the dominant team in your conference?
For basketball, it was Thornwood. They had They had Eddie Curry.
Yes,
or Thornton. Thornton had
was
Eddie
Olympia
Curry.
Fields in your league?
I don't think so. It was HF, Lincoln Way,
Home
East and West. Yeah. We played HF every homecoming. That was our homecoming game.
Yeah, they're like a good
Antoine Randall L's brother played the homecoming game. When I was a freshman, everybody was shitting their pants because little Randall L was playing.
And he was a totally good player too.
Yeah, he was like same thing, quarterback, wide receiver, hybrid.
Antoine Randall single-handedly beat Wisconsin. They dropped 63 points on the Badgers.
He went to HF too.
Yeah, in 2000. That was when Wisconsin had won back-to-back Big Ten championship games.
Dude,
I think he scored 5 touchdowns.
When the Bulls drafted Eddie Curry, my dad was hammered and started crying.
He was so happy
because he just was like happy for him. Like it was a local kid who from Thornton. That's like
they didn't utilize him. I remember seeing him play early on. I was like, he would be like 5 of 7 from the field. It's like, you should put this guy in all the time. He's completely good.
But I remember
develop him.
I remember looking over and being like, "Why are you crying?" And he was just like, "This is Dream. This is Dream." And I was just like, "Ugh."
Yeah,
he blows.
Yeah. He
looks like a giant baby.
When they played, I remember they played in the Illinois State Championship that year. And they lost to they lost like New Trier, who completely like systemed and whited them.
New Trier was good. You know who else was good? They weren't in our place, but so I remember the one year I got super into
high school basketball.
It was the year after Joe Chapman left. It might have been my sophomore year.
Yeah, and
I remember I watched Westinghouse play some other team, but Westinghouse.
Yeah, House.
Westinghouse was
where Mark Aguirre went and Eddie Johnson, Yeah, House was good.
19, maybe the year 2000, 2001, 2002. Westinghouse was powerful.
Yeah, there were some good high school basketball.
I remember that.
Very good players.
I forget what team it was. they beat Westinghouse. And I remember me and my dad watched the fucking game.
Yeah.
They played it in Bradley at the Bradley
yeah, down in Bourbonnais.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I remember like my dad he was like, dude, Westinghouse is awesome. He kept saying the whole game. He kept saying Westinghouse is awesome.
Yeah.
And then he was telling me about like all the past Westinghouse teams.
Oh, yeah, Westinghouse.
They're
in the
named
70s.
after a goddamn power company.
Yeah. You know, God, if you ever go to the Westinghouse factory, the old abandoned factory, like it's like on, I don't know,
I'm gonna try and find
Street.
that game.
I think God, what street is that on? I remember like sometimes I would just take an urban tour in Chicago and go to the old industrial areas on the south side and just kind of walk around them because they were so fun. Westinghouse was a massive company. I'm not lying. It was like 7 city blocks. It had an A building, a B building, a C building, a D building, and like an E building. It was a massive company. That they were the main competition, I think, for General Electric for many years. And they eventually, I think, just got kind of bought off and siphoned off, and their affiliates got bought and they abandoned. But you looked at one time in that neighborhood, you saw all the housing stock around there. Every single person worked at Westinghouse. I'm sure that horn rang and people came out of their house and they walked to work to do their shift. You know, and that probably went on for 50, 60 years. You know, and it was abandoned now. It was just an interesting building.
Dude,
that
this
Westinghouse
is gonna be.
factory.
Dude, if I can find this.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, there's good. The high school basketball in Chicago is good. I'd watch a high school game on TV.
I'm trying to
Not
see
often,
if I could
but every once in a while,
find
the house. Eddie Johnson played there, and I think Mark Aguirre played there. And a couple other guys, too. Like definitely guys who played at Illinois in the early 80s went to Westinghouse. The fact that, again, Illinois has bad college basketball is just...
That's what it was.
Is just inexcusable.
99-2000, West Aurora High School beat Westinghouse 60-57. That was fucking huge.
Yeah.
Like I remember my dad, we jumped up in the air.
Yeah.
Because he hyped me up the whole game. Going into it, I didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
And then by halftime, he got me hating Westinghouse.
Yeah.
Because he was just telling me about how they're fucking the Yankees. They're awesome.
Yeah.
They're awesome. And then as the game's going on, West Aurora's in it. And then I knew I liked Aurora West because Wayne's World too. I was like, they're fucking Wayne's World. That's where Wayne's World is at.
Yep.
And then when it came down to a 3-sec, I think they won it with a jumper.
Yeah.
And by the end of it, I was a fan of Aurora West High School.
Yeah. You know who else was good? Who was it? Peoria. Peoria was always good back then too. Was it Peoria East? Peoria's a dump. It's one of those classic Midwestern towns of 100,000, 150,000 people, like a Kenosha.
You know what I always
like
hated,
a Racine, like
and
a
I
Cedar
still
Rapids,
hate this. I hate the
like a
one.
Danville.
I hate the A and 1A and double A bullshit.
Yeah, just have them all play in the same
Just have
thing.
them all play in the same tournament. Who gives a fuck if your little small ass basketball team gets fucking trounced?
Some of those North Shore teams were good. They had good system teams. You know?
Then Schaumburg beat Thornwood, and that was Eddie Curry played in that one in 2000, 2001.
Yeah.
And then Westinghouse fucking won again.
Yep.
What's it present? I think currently my high school basketball team is good again.
Yeah.
But they don't play in the city publicly.
Where did you go again? I'm sorry.
Bloom Trail.
Yeah, you already said before.
Bloom
Exactly.
Township it was called. They shared high schools.
It's called BT.
So it used to just be Bloom High School. Bloom High School is in Chicago Heights proper.
Yeah.
And then I forget what year, but it was by the time my dad was a senior, they created Bloom Trail because Bloom had become so overcrowded that they needed a separate school. And for most of the beginning, it was a completely separate school.
Yeah.
It was the Bloom Trojans and the Bloom Trail Blazers.
Yeah.
So for my dad's senior year, some people would do half the school day at Bloom and then they would go to Bloom Trail. But my dad's entire senior year was at Bloom Trail. He played for the Blazers and everything.
When did he graduate from high school?
70s. I don't know what year.
77, 78?
He was born in 1960, so probably 78.
Wow. Yeah, being a kid in the 70s, man. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah, and then at some point, they combined, and it became Bloom Township. And it was one school, and then they would share it was all one team, but the football team played at Bloom Trail, and the baseball team played at Bloom, and the basketball team played at Bloom.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was the Bloom Trojans, and then they combined them and became the Blazin' Trojans. The most disgusting
The
name
Blazing
ever.
Trojans. I'm blazing a Trojan with you, lady. Fuck yeah. And on that note, first half is now wound down.
We'll wind
like
it
the
down.
first half of Friday Night Lights, okay?
All right. We'll see you here in a little bit.
Thanks for listening. We'll be back.
All right.
We are back, ladies
We're
and gentlemen.
back.
For
We
the
paid,
second half.
This is Buddy Garrity, this guy right here. He's one of the high school boosters. He's fucking Lila
Absolutely.
Garrity's dad.
Yep.
And he he's up Coach's ass constantly. He's the character where like anytime Coach makes a fucking move in the game, Buddy's in there the next day of like,
So why'd you do a
I
draw
noticed you
play on
pulled the
Sunday?"
mock linebacker back.
Yep.
And like the whole kind of first season is Coach Taylor like asserting himself amongst those people. Like they basically try and do his job for him.
Yeah, yeah. Is it his first year coaching there?
I don't know, but
Oh.
it's possibly.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
takes over for the longtime
For the
coach.
legend coach,
He
yeah.
was like the assistant. I don't know. He might be in over his head.
Oh, hey, listen, man. I mean, following a legend is impossible. When what's his face from UCLA, John Wooden retired. Remember, Al McGuire said they won't win another championship the rest of the century, but they won one in '95. They won their last one of their dynasty in '75, and then they won one in '95.
Well, season
Ed
2,
O'Bannon.
I don't know if it's it might
tough.
be the end
It's
of
tough
2.
being a
So
coach.
at the end of season 2, Coach Taylor, I forget if it's 1 or 2, but at the end of one of the early seasons, Coach Taylor gets a job being the quarterback's coach at a college. And he
Yeah.
takes it. It might be season 2 because he leaves the team.
Oh, he does.
Yeah. And then there's a few episodes of him as the college coach, the quarterback coach, and then he finds out that the team is like a mess and all these personal problems are happening
Yep.
with the players, so he like quits his big fancy college job
To come back.
to come back to high school. And that plants the seeds for that's Tammy Taylor, that's his wife. That's Connie Brighton. She's the
Yeah.
shit. She's like football mom. She's basically
Yeah.
like, I support my husband.
Yeah.
When they move, she needs to move. She's always changing jobs for him.
Yep. Yep.
And the very last season is season 5. The storyline of season 5, they split they bring back East Dillon, which is the black school.
Yeah.
So they basically split the sports team. There's no more just Dillon Panthers.
Oh.
It's East Dillon and West Dillon. And Coach Taylor becomes the coach of the East Dillon Lions. And it's like, that's where Michael B. Jordan is in season 5 of the show.
yeah.
That was the first, after he was Wallace in fucking The Wire, he does season 5. And it's about him and like race in the city. Like he becomes the fucking coach of the
Yeah.
fucking black school. There's another powerful moment in that season where they're dog shit. Like
Yeah.
they basically create a football team from scratch. Like the
Yeah.
first episode, I don't even think they're playing in matching uniforms.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
And then after the second episode, they get their asses fucking whipped, but they like score a touchdown.
yeah.
And at the end of the fucking game, they're all sitting there hyped up because they're doing a little better. And fucking Taylor takes out the chalkboard and he just writes state on the thing and walks away. And they all stare at him. And
Plants
you're
the
just
seed,
like,
man.
"Oh."
We're gonna go to state sometime.
Yeah. Oh, they
Hey,
win it at the end of that season. They like have a fluke year.
I can tell you, with I think about that, like in high school sports in Wisconsin, they took them state and hockey, state and football, and state and basketball were big. They were big in Wisconsin. And I remember like our high school hockey team went to state when I was in college, and I went and saw them play. I'll never forget. I had a seat empty behind me. I went to see them at the Dane County Coliseum, which is where the Badgers used to play.
Yeah.
Because the collegiate hockey team was.
The Ron Dane County.
No.
How magic was that though? In Dane County, the best running back was Ron Dane.
Dude, he knows where his bread is buttered. I mean, he is a spokesperson for the
How
football
many-
program.
how
He makes a lot of money.
How
doing
many
that, I think.
slogans were they? It is Dane County.
Yeah, exactly. It's Dane. Yeah, absolutely. The Great Dane, like the Great Dane Brewery. It's D-A-N-E. His name was D-A-Y-N-E, but it was Dane, obviously. So I mean, he is a name. He is a name in Madison. So I mean, he's.
Until Ricky Williams was the NCAA all single season leader.
Well,
right?
I think he broke Ricky Williams' record.
Okay.
I think he might still have it. And I don't know why. If you're your junior year, sophomore year, and you can go to the pros, they'll do it if you're good enough. Back then people actually stayed all. 4
See, that
years.
always confused me because when I was younger and Ricky Williams broke that record and they were like the all-time leading, I didn't realize that was just single season. Who's that? Isn't Dorsett?
No, it was cumulative. It was cumulative.
Okay.
It was I don't know how many yards.
And then Dane
Dorsett. I think Dorsett
was
had it for
the
a while.
all-time. Yeah.
Yeah,
He didn't Ricky Williams beat Tony Dorsett's record?
I think it's that, because it was going to be Herschel Walker, but Herschel Walker left for his senior year to go play for the New Jersey Generals, then owned by Don Trump, of course, and then now is a spokesperson at the RNC. One of the things that bothers me so much, people talk about Donald Trump. He reminded me a bit of Bubba from Forrest Gump.
So
when
right
they call
now,
him a racist, he is not a racist.
Ron Dane, still number one, 7,125 yards. Ricky Williams.
They would run him 50 times a game sometimes.
He had 2,000 yards every year he played, right?
We had like 1,800 and like 2,100 or whatever. Yeah, I mean, he's a legend.
And I got disappointed that he was just a mediocre pro.
He played 7 years in the NFL.
He got beat to death in college.
Yeah, but no, also he wasn't quite fast enough.
He was fat too.
He actually lost weight, but he played 7 years. 7 years is a perfect length of a career for a running
check
back.
this out. For some fucking weird reason, I was a big UCLA Bruins fan when they had Cade McNown.
Yeah.
And I remember being furious that
When Wisconsin beat them?
They fucking beat the shit out of the Bruins.
Well, the Bruins couldn't stop anyone running. So, I mean, the Bruins were number one in the country, went on the road to Miami, Florida last game of the season, and Edgerton James ran for 340 yards on
the edge.
And so it's like, of course, they're not going to be able to stop Wisconsin. And Wisconsin
I think
ran on their ass.
I think I had a feeling that the Bears were going to draft Cade McNown. Like, I just kind of had a feeling.
One of the when we had that episode, we went through all the bad quarterbacks. Cade McNown was a bad quarterback. Weak-armed quarterback.
In training camp, that was the one quarterback where
everyone knew right away.
Day one of training camp, the stories were,
not good enough.
He does not have it.
Yeah. Even Trubisky has the measurables still,
He's got, even when they named him the starter, they were like, the knock against Trubisky has never been his physical tools. It's all mental with him.
Yeah.
It's can he string together an entire season?
Yep. God. I played golf yesterday and I hadn't played I played at a par 3, Los Feliz 3, which is hilarious. The course is tiny. It is a teeny tiny course. Played a long course and I had a 9 on the first hole. I had a 9. My drive was terrible yesterday.
Yeah.
I was, but stringing together, the thing you said, stringing together good play after good play after good play. That's a stringing good shot after good shot.
Well,
after
like
good
I
shot.
texted,
you got to string them together, and that ain't easy.
Well, and
you might hit 2 in a row, and you'll be on the green.
Well, and there's reasons to feel good and not so good. So the consensus is he had a really good camp.
Yeah,
but he's had a good camp every year he's been a pro.
Well, yeah. Is this his 4th year?
This will be the beginning of his 4th year.
That's it.
But
this is it.
Cordero Patterson specifically and a couple other players,
Mensa member Cordero Patterson.
They said he looks like a completely different player this year.
Yeah.
And Nagy said, as far as coverages go, he even said, because they were like, is he a master of coverages yet? And he goes, maybe that was a little bit of a strong word at the time. He was like, he goes, honestly, there's 2 or 3 masters of coverage in the NFL. Like, it's a little unfair to ask him to be
Aaron Rodgers
good right away.
Yeah,
Aaron Rodgers throws 4 interceptions his whole career or something like that.
Yeah.
That's a good test of reading defenses, of like, when you're not throwing a lot of picks.
Oh yeah, no, I agree. And
gunslingers like Mahomes and Favre, they make it seem like they're reading the field, but it's like, no, they have cannons. They can just fit balls.
They can thread the needle.
So like they take risks.
Yeah,
but true reading a defense is like Brady and Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, absolutely.
So he was like, maybe
sure Breeze is in that category.
But they said they were like, he's 100% better at everything. They basically said he's done everything we asked him to do. And when they listed the reasons why they picked him over Foles, that was a big part of it, of leadership. The team loves him.
Yeah.
Like, it would really fuck up the locker room, I think, to name Foles. Because I think the team was kind of pissed that they traded for Foles.
Yeah.
And then they said his progression, what we've seen so far, he's done, it would be unfair. He's done everything we asked him to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and I think people were a little disappointed that Foles wasn't better, because they basically said it was a tie goes to Trubisky situation.
Yeah.
And I think people who hated Trubisky wanted Nick Foles to just blow like, Nick Foles is just by far the better quarterback.
They brought Nick Foles in to light a fire under Trubisky's ass, because they also know Foles is good enough to be a D. He's won enough in the league, won a Super Bowl.
And it seems like at this point there's 2 different camps. There's the side I'm on that's excited that it's made Mitch a better player. And then there's the side who are like, well, why the fuck did you even trade for him anyway? If you were just going to trade for him and then you named Trubisky the starter, like they're all mad that like...
The NFL, listen, you'll forget in 2 years that Foles was even the backup. You know what I mean?
But now, of course, the story is, well, this doesn't mean that he's going to play all year. They're already planting the seeds.
Well, I don't know if the season's going to let
like
make
the
it,
one
you know?
article I read today, they were like, just because Mitch got picked does not mean he's like the quarterback battle is far from over. Or it's like,
is it Mike North? Let me tell you something.
Yeah, they're basically making it seem like the first incomplete pass, he's getting yanked, and they're putting Foles in.
Yeah, I don't know. I can tell you this much. You know, Cousins, who's a boring face for a franchise, very milquetoast Minnesota, very smart of them to have that, very, very Minnesota to have him. I will say, I give him a little credit from last year. The first 4 weeks, I was really down on him. When they lost to the Bears in Soldier Field, I was just like, Jesus, he was so fucking bad. And I was like, this guy, but you know something, he kind of turned a corner, or he became a better quarterback after that. I felt like he toughened up a little bit. And actually took a few more chances. The problem with him is between the ears. I mean, he segments his life on an Excel spreadsheet in 10-minute segments.
Also,
in 10-minute segments, Keith. Every 10 minutes is accounted for in his day.
That's like some fucking Wahlberg shit.
Who lives that way?
Wahlberg is how he lives.
Yeah, it's... Yeah.
You know what also I heard? A little magic might have rubbed off. Apparently, Trubisky worked out with the same private quarterback coach that Mahomes and all the other great quarterbacks do.
Yeah.
Like Brady, Mahomes, and all they use one...
This quarterback whisperer who's just like...
It's like a private quarterback coach. And I guess
believe that.
During quarantine, Trubisky worked with him at a local high school near Chicago. Also, through digging through this offseason, I found out that Trubisky lives in North Carolina still.
Yeah, I believe that.
He was quarantined in Chicago, but he's a North Carolina boy.
Well, he's from Cleveland originally.
Mentor, Ohio.
Yeah, he's from Ohio originally, exactly. But I think North Carolina, that's a big destination point for a lot of people. It's a lower tax state, lower regulation. The Republican Party is evil down there. It's evil. It's completely ruthless. You know, they've got 13 House seats. You know, 10 are Republican. It should not be that way. It should be like... You know, it should be like, 7 Republicans, 6 Democrats. I mean, well, they've done that across the entire country.
You hear dudes like Rogan and all like the libertarian podcasters. Their big gripe right now is, and they try and make it sound philosophical, where they go, "How come cities are always blue, man? Even in red states, cities are always blue. I've been thinking about that lately."
Wow, you're deep.
And then so they're trying to go on this whole thing about like we need to make it half and half. It's ridiculous that cities are just. But then on the flip side, like you just said, small North Carolina, they're just like they flip it the other way. The small towns have 10 fucking Republican seats versus 3 Democrats.
Well, it's because they've gerrymandered the congressional districts, and then the congressional district they've gerrymandered the House districts and the houses, like the state House, state Senate. They draw the boundaries for the U.S. House of Representatives, so they gerrymander it that way, and that's been a 25-year play that they had. That's why it was such a big deal. The Democrats flipped the House during the midterms because they're so gerrymandered. The fact that they won 40 seats is actually pretty amazing, so because women turned out and voted. So that's actually one of the signs that actually it doesn't bode well for Trump.
I think people hear the word city and they just think Chicago, New York, LA, Minneapolis,
or San Francisco. I mean, whatever.
Because I heard someone say they were like, "There's no Republican cities," and I was just like, "San Diego." San Diego has a Republican mayor.
Yeah, I would think that some of the Texas cities, probably are going to be obviously more conservative, but all Democrat, yeah, but
most now they're not all. Most big cities are Democratic,
well,
even in red states. Like Charlotte's probably a Democratic city.
The fact is, the reason why that happens is when you get. I mean, I think Phoenix is becoming more Democrat, and Arizona's becoming more Democratic because there's more people living there. When you have more people, that calls for a central authority.
If you want to look at it from a weird DMT mindset thing, I would almost say that mindset just is attracted to a city. It's not that city. It's just cities lure Democratic type of person who want to share stuff and live with people.
Yeah,
like people who want to live alone are generally a conservative person who's afraid to fucking speak to people, and Democrats are generally people who. I think it's tight that I have 40 people in my building, and it's just what it is.
Yeah. Well, the fact is, when you get more people, you're going to move somewhere potentially for economic opportunity. That's why you go to a city. Yes, the taxes are higher, but certain opportunities are going to be there that aren't in rural or smaller areas. So you're going to end up there. And when there's more people living somewhere, it calls out for a central authority. You need to organize some schools. You need to have organized transportation.
You need to organize the crime. Get the mafia in there.
There's certain organizational things that have to happen, and the central authority is part of that.
Omerta.
La Costa Nostra. There's no doubt about it, man. I mean, the mob is alive and well. We have an organized crime syndicate in the White House right now, so which is crazy.
The thing on the mob, though, is just the actual murder of it. Say what you want. It's not sloppy.
No,
I would almost argue, let's organize the street gangs a little more. I think you're denying evolution by saying, like, we need to wipe out gangs. People are going to form gangs, man. Let's make it a fucking machine.
Yeah.
Like the mob.
Well, no, listen.
Let's put some corporations behind it.
It is, if you're running a city, I know Young Daley was the first mayor to not openly deal with the mafia. You had to openly deal with the mafia in Chicago until 1992. The first ward alderman was Fred Rohde for a long time. He was a made member of the mafia. The first ward was the Loop. Very important.
That's really why they took away.
Important.
That's really why they took away Meigs Field. That's where they buried everybody.
That and when they did the excavation for the new Comiskey,
under the strip at Meigs. But while they were building New Comiskey, there was a drive-by shooting. My dad said every time we went to the park, he was like, "I'm pretty sure there's 3 bullet holes in the facade above." He goes, "Because when it happened, it happened when we just put the precast on, when we were putting like the pieces of the stadium on."
Yeah.
He goes, "We didn't fix them." Yeah. He goes, 3 stray bullets went into the stadium. We came to work. There were 3 bullet holes. He goes, we thought it was cool. We didn't fix it.
Yeah.
He goes, they might have fixed it eventually. He goes, but I'm pretty sure they're still there.
Yeah, it was. Well, they found it was a boneyard. All those mob trials in Chicago, that area was a graveyard. I think literally it was like a dumping ground. There were hundreds of bodies down there from decades of dropping
like I've said.
Off.
Through life and multiple times on this episode, if you drain the Chicago River, it's going to be
skeletons,
with
man.
Bloated drunks who just fell into the river,
and like cement boots and a skeleton. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Absolutely, man. I'm sure it is. And
anytime I hear the phrase "man-made river," I'm just like, oh, they built that to kill people.
But it just, but they changed the course of that river so that it wouldn't go out into Lake Michigan, so it would go downstream. So all the debris and waste goes downstream.
The ends to get the water.
We have, and also people downstream, I'm sure, who live 60, 80, 100 miles down.
Downstream
is
never good. Downwind, downstream, it's never fun. You don't want to live down anything.
Yeah, you're not in the right neighborhood.
Yeah. You always wonder that is there a systematic thing behind that? She would probably know about how bad neighborhoods are always in the south side.
Not necessarily. Milwaukee, the south side of Milwaukee.
Or west, south and west.
So it depends on the way the city is set up. A lot of the neighborhoods are over former dump sites. They are over areas that have high concentrations of toxins from air pollution.
Yep, I believe that.
Yeah. Pigtown, Dodger, old Brooklyn, the Ebbets Field was in Pigtown.
Well, I know with in Chicago, when I worked for the city, we had a program there called Tax Reactivation Program. It was basically people who didn't pay their taxes on their properties. The city would eventually take it over. They weren't paying their real estate taxes, and they would just, basically, like through not entitlement, whatever. They'd take it over through whatever policy they would do, whatever tool they would use. And, they had 12,000 lots. Well, 90% of them failed like phase 1 environmental reports. They had benzene, PCBs, cancer-causing chemicals. They were trying to get a grant from the government. It was going to cost them $1 billion 15 years ago to clean the soil. That's 15 years ago. That'd be like $2.5 billion now. But that's part of the thing. Like, if Biden were to get in, and one of the ideas Trump had that, of course, went nowhere was the infrastructure plan. The country needs an infrastructure uplift. It needs
That's
a
another
facelift,
thing I've seen in his game too that I mentioned to her. everything. He is the greatest thing that's ever happened to anything.
Well, of course, yeah.
Anything they bring up, well, I've done more for this group than anything.
Well, yeah,
in the
for
history of the
blacks
world.
since
I've
Abe
done more for
Lincoln.
blacks. I've done more for gays. I've done more for the economy than anybody else.
Yeah.
I've done more for that. Even when they bring up clear-cut failures.
Yeah.
He'll preface being like, he'll go, well, yes, that failed, but nobody's done more for those people than me.
It is, again, it's that ripple effect of
That's
the
business person talk.
of the power of positive thinking too. You don't have any time for a negative thought.
There's this
You just are
line.
always going
so
forward.
I showed her the movie She's Out of Control from 1989, the Tony Danza starring She's Out of Control, where it's about a movie where people want to fuck his 15-year-old
Daughter, exactly, yeah. She
By the
basically
way,
hits puberty.
As a kid, I didn't realize she was 15. And a good thing, I didn't read it as them wanting to fuck her. Like I told her when there's a scene where she's at, so it's like a early She's All That for people who've never seen She's Out of
Yes.
Control. Tony Danza is the head of a radio station.
He sees her coming out
and
of
his
the
nerd daughter gets hot. Like he goes away on a
Yeah.
trip, and the girlfriend, it's the mom from Seventh Heaven. She takes the girl to the mall, and like she gets hot. Basically,
Yeah.
they remove her braces prematurely, which is not cool.
Yep.
So he comes back, realizes his girl's hot, but then there's this scene where they go to the beach, and every single fucking guy is saying hi to her and looking at her.
Yeah.
And it's clear that they want to bang this 15-year-old.
Yeah.
Or that but they don't know that she's 15.
Yeah,
That's the point.
yeah,
She's
yeah.
so beautiful now.
Bow, bow.
They think she's
God,
an
they had that song.
They think she's an adult.
Bow,
As a kid, I didn't read it that way.
Yeah.
I read it as, oh, they know her and they think like it's just a drastic look change. Like if you knew a girl who was a dork
Yeah.
and she was not a dork one day, you would be like, oh, hey.
Yeah.
Like that's how I read it, seeing that
Yeah.
movie. It's like, oh, they like know she's pretty now and they like think
Yeah.
she's pretty. Like
Yeah.
I never saw it as like, oh, they want to fuck that girl.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
and I knew
exactly.
about fucking when I saw that movie.
Yeah.
Because I
Yeah.
didn't see it in 89.
Yeah, you saw it in the mid 90s.
Like 94
yeah,
or something.
Yeah, exactly.
No, 92, 90.
Yeah.
Like when me,
you had seen Sliver or you'd seen Basic Instinct.
my mom would show that. Oh, absolutely. I had seen
which
the-
is a preposterous movie.
Also, Paul
It is
Verhoeven didn't tell her he
preposterous.
shot her pussy. Because there's a scene where she opens up her legs and she
Yeah.
doesn't have underwear.
Yeah.
And it was in the script and she didn't want to do it.
She's going to use her feminine
She said, can we just do something where you know I spread my legs and just by their reaction you know what they see? So he tells her, yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah.
And then he shoots her vagina and she didn't know until she saw the movie.
And was she livid? Of course.
I think to this day she
she doesn't talk to him.
though
Yeah.
She didn't do the sequel because of this.
Yeah.
She might have done the sequel, but I don't even know. But at the time she said like, yeah, I was furious. But then I guess she was like, he explained it to me. Like Paul, she did that
it's
like
art.
She did that like auteur, like
Yeah.
he knows what he wants type of thing. Plus the movie made money, so she didn't.
Of course,
give a fuck.
that helped made her career, man. I mean, she was
Yeah.
a fucking star. Like early mid, she parlayed that into Casino.
Also,
Casino was her high water.
That's a
mark.
hack for anybody who ever sees or is tempted by any issue of Playboy that says Sharon Stone inside. It's just her pussy picture from Basic Instinct.
Still trying to cash into that 8 years
Sharon
later.
Stone has.
See Sharon Stone's beef.
I don't
you know?
think Sharon Stone has ever posed for Playboy.
Yeah, you're probably right.
But
Yeah.
but there are issues of Playboy that are like Sharon Stone naked, and it's always picture because she's butt ass naked in Basic Instinct.
Yeah,
They
Well,
show her
it's-
boobs, butt, and the vag.
It's also like she has her lesbian affairs.
Also,
you know, and-
I think we need to do a viewing of it because I think we've watched it while we fucking. But
is that mom, the woman on the left? Was she in Tombstone?
possibly
She was the wife of Wyatt Earp of Kurt Russell's character. She was also in Fletch. Was
Connie
she in
Brighton?
Fletch? Oh my lord! Oh wow! Yeah, this.
But Basic Instinct is also one of the first movies where that's Tyra. She's like the whore of the school, but then she becomes smart throughout. She ends up going to UT Austin.
Oh,
Hook 'em
yeah.
horns. That's how they write her off the show. She ends up banging Landry, the nerd guy. But like that's her journey. She starts out like the
Organizing basically TNA
total
shows.
whole slut bag, and
Yeah.
then like she becomes more involved with school. Once Coach's wife becomes
Yeah,
principal
she got
of the
cast
school.
for a reason. Yeah.
So that's Coach's wife. She is now principal of Dillon High,
yeah,
and she fucking snaps fucking Tyra into shape. there's that moment where like she's like, Tyra, what about college? And Tyra's like, well, I've never thought about college a day.
The light goes off.
Yeah. And then she ends up going to one of the best colleges in the country.
Yeah. Texas
but
is a good
she
school.
ends up going as like a Rudy type thing where like she gets in, but then there's like a whole episode about her not wanting to go because I can't pay for it.
What's gonna happen? Are we doing Simple Jack right now from Tropic Thunder? He's in heaven.
Tyra Collette.
Whoa.
I love you, Tyra. That's
there we go.
Old Nerd Landry. That's one of the last things he says to her. Because they kind of, it's like one of the, I think season 3 they hook up. She just like hooks up with him for a goof. It's clearly just like, oh yeah, let's hook up.
Hook up with a nerd.
But then they like secretly date. And then he finally, I love you, Tyra.
When she goes to college.
Yeah.
But she's like, sorry, and then leaves, has a tear in her eye. Yeah, I didn't watch any of this. You obviously watched
This is one of my favorite
this.
shows of all time.
Wow.
I've seen every single fucking episode.
Wow.
of this.
I had no idea. I watched the movie. I saw the movie, you know.
So let's see.
Billy Bob Thornton was in it.
She was not in Fletch at all.
Oh, the mom? How about the mom? No, the mom. Oh, I
Connie
was
Brighton?
wrong. Oh, I'm wrong. I just, it's my old man projection.
No, her first movie was 95.
Yeah.
The Brothers McMullen.
Oh, was that a
Ed fucking Burns?
Ed Burns? That movie's terrible.
Ed Burns and Kevin Smith were like the shit in the early 90s.
Well, mid 90s. Yeah, they had a few movies like that movie was
because the Brothers McMullen went up against Chasing Amy, I think.
And that I know Brothers McMullen too. That guy, he was obviously in Saving Private Ryan. You know, he was like it's a bad movie.
Yeah.
But like independent film was making a name for itself by the mid 90s, man.
Oh yeah, I always forget she plays the wife of Billy Bob Thornton in the movie too. In Friday Night Lights. The movie. Okay. See, that's what it's shocking that I got into this show.
She's like Radar. You know,
when I was younger, when the movie Friday Night Lights came out, I hated it. It's one of those movies where I just hated on it without seeing it.
Yeah,
I was just like this fucking dumb Any Given Sunday bullshit.
Yeah.
Like,
well, Any Given Sunday is unwatchably shitty. But it's Oliver Stone at his most heavy-handed.
All the football movies I'd seen, even like Wildcats and fucking North Dallas 40.
Dallas 40's funny.
That movie stinks.
It's dated, but it's good.
So I was always let down by even the ones I liked. Waterboy, Longest Yard, the remake of. They're all comedies. Like there was never. So when Friday and then Any Given Sunday was the first serious one, and then The Replacements is a comedy.
Any Given Sunday.
So I went into Friday Night Lights of just like, I'm not going to watch this bullshit. I know what it is. The team's not going to win, and then they win. That's essentially the fucking long and short of it.
Yeah, exactly.
The team sucks. Now they don't suck. One of the kids has problems.
Yeah. You like it.
I've been there.
Exactly.
Also, I hate Billy Bob Thornton, so I kind of refuse to see most things he's in.
Sling Blade.
He's a jag-off.
He married Angelina for 4 years,
this
man.
Cocksucker.
Remember his solo singing career? Angelina. They say we never make
that's
it. Well,
the root of why I hate his guts, and I'm sure he's a nice guy. And he's even kind of apologized for this, but he went on this guy's radio show with his garbage fucking band.
What were they called? Like
fucking
2 steps to the left or something?
Rotating Melons or some fucking
Was
bullshit.
it as bad as Russell Crowe's 4 non-grunts?
Yeah, it was something like that. It's definitely called something like fucking...
God.
Four Hilljack fuckers.
Yeah, there you go. That's right.
Like I was off. I've never listened to a note, but I'm not going to listen because he describes it as psychopathic hillbilly rock and roll
Psycho Billy.
Like, get the fuck out of here, dude.
What are you, the Cramps?
Sling Blade. Fucking
That's
go
hilarious.
fucking eat French fried mashed potatoes.
I hate that when actors are in bands like that. I hate it. You know who? Keanu Reeves. I know. I had a roommate. This guy. A quick story. Roommate. 1995. Before I first moved to LA, when I got into grad school, I deferred for 2 years. I was like, I'm going to live in LA and do stand up. My roommate at the time was a woman named Melissa. Melissa Nussbaum was her name. Had a weird relationship with her. She was Dog Star, the Keanu Reeves band where he played bass. She was like, yeah, I really want to see this band, Adam. Can you drop me off at Park West? And I was like, okay.
Keanu.
I didn't know who it was. I'm driving over there. Well, who's the band? Ooh, it's Dog Star. I was like, you're seeing Keanu Reeves' band? I was 26 years old. And she was just like, yes. Because the crowd was like 75% women, of course.
Oh, absolutely.
Because Keanu Reeves was a heartthrob,
Now,
throb.
I will even say this.
You know?
Billy Bob Thornton is a talented musician. His music might be great.
Yeah.
but I'm not listening to it. So he goes on this radio show, and the
with
guy
4 non-grunt psychobillies.
with whatever the fuck, yeah. And the guy just asks. He leads and now you're about to interview Billy Bob Thornton and his band.
Yeah.
How would you get logically? The first thing you would say is, "Man, being such a big celebrity, people wouldn't think that your band is so good."
Yeah.
Billy Bob Thornton. All of a sudden, 2 seconds into the interview, he basically asked that, like, names all the movies, this movie, that movie,
Sling Blade,
I've been
Armageddon.
Like, who would have thought that you'd be here talking about great music? And every time he mentioned a movie, Billy Bob would go, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't. And
because he was there just to discuss music, man.
So then the guy goes like, the interviewer kind of sidesteps it, and he keeps asking him other questions, and Billy Bob's answer to every question is, I don't know what you're talking about. So then the guy just goes, wait a second. He goes, why did I do something wrong? And he was just like, yeah, you fucking did something wrong. Like, we're not coming here. He says this, would you ask Tom Petty about his acting career?
Well,
are you comparing yourself to Tom fucking Petty?
I know, like an American legend.
And the guy, the radio, he goes, you're Billy Bob Thornton. You're like one of the. He goes, why wouldn't you think that I would get into this interview?
Yeah.
He goes, how would you expect me to start this interview?
Did he say that to him?
He goes, I'm asking you.
Oh, good for him. He
goes, I'm not trying to. He goes, I want to do this. He goes, but how would you have liked me to?
Yeah.
And they ended up doing it and ended up being cool. Like, he became cool halfway through it.
Kind of warmed up a little bit.
But at first, it was just like he basically eventually like stopped being pissed and was just like, yeah, I just don't.
Gotta go with it.
He basically said, I just don't like that people assume that, like, in his head, I think that when people start with the movies, they're like, they don't want to talk about the music. Like,
yeah.
So yeah. Also, I think, and the radio host didn't know this, I think he told like the producers, don't ask about my movies.
Oh,
so when he asked him, it was kind of like, what the fuck?
Yeah, man, you didn't communicate. But that's a poorly run show.
Would you ask Tom Petty about his movie? Well, first of all, Tom Petty's not an actor.
Yeah, did he ever have I was like, was he even a cameo?
If Tom Petty was Sling Blade, yes, I would ask him about his fucking acting career.
Exactly. Even the losers.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm not going to fucking, because you play Under Pressure with your fucking retarded brother in a band.
Oh, God. That's a song he played? Oh, God. Yeah, I mean, actors, another thing I don't like too, although they've done a better job with this, the athlete turned actor, which we've touched on a few times on this show. There's so many athletes. You think of The Rock as being that, even though he was a professional wrestler. He's one of the guys that kind of followed through on that. Fred Dreyer, you know?
Matuzak.
It seems like football players. Lyle Alzado had a little career.
Didn't Matuzak wrestle too?
I think he probably did. He was also in
Ernie Ladd.
But Brian Bosworth had a straight to video career. You know, a lot of that the Bos did.
There's no way the Boz wasn't in Miami Vice.
He had to be in an episode or two. He was a phenomenon. But then they started testing for steroids. He and Tony Mandrich's career, they went downhill.
Oh, absolutely. Well, Mandrich kind of had a good couple of years.
Well, he had to come back with the Colts. People don't realize that about Mandrich. He actually had like 4 productive years with the Colts. He played 8 years in the league. He was a junkie and playing football, which is crazy. I mean, I think he was shooting up, not smack, but like
meth or something.
Right? Yeah. It was a hardcore kind of amphetamine, whatever. I don't know what it was, but I know he was messing with needles. It's like, that's crazy, because he was a bust. But again, you know, they got rid of steroids. He lost 35 pounds, and it was over. He wasn't as strong. He could manhandle people in college. He was a phenomenon for Michigan State. He was a great player. They drafted him ahead of Barry Sanders.
I got my fantasy draft tomorrow.
And Deion Sanders. You know, so
your fantasy draft coming up
on Monday. 3
I got it tomorrow.
Yep.
11 a.m.
Good for you.
Very nervous. Got a wrestling belt on the line.
Ooh. Okay.
Spent $1,500 on it.
I have my keeper, Lamar Jackson, in the 9th round, which is
See, we don't do keepers.
I
have a family league that I drafted Lamar Jackson in. I'm gonna run fucking rough shot on him.
Yep.
It's a running back league, and any running back league, people poo on quarterbacks, but not when you get a dual threat.
Oh, when you get that's why Lamar Jackson was good. You know,
everybody thinks like fantasy football is all about touchdowns.
Yeah,
and people always think the running back and the wide receivers. Who do you think is throwing the touchdowns?
Yeah.
If if a wide receiver gets 4 touchdowns, the quarterback gets 4 touchdowns.
Absolutely.
It's the same shit.
Yeah. It's I had Christian McCaffrey the past 2 years. It's the reason why I won the league last year. I won't be able to draft him this year. I have the 11th pick overall, and he will be gone in the first 3 picks.
Do you know why I think they put emphasis on just the creators of fantasy put emphasis on the running backs? Because there's more of them. I think they realize that if we put emphasis on the quarterbacks, it won't be fun because then the first 2 rounds will just be people drafting quarterbacks.
I don't quite know the logic.
I just think it's because there's in any given season, your team's going to have 3 or 4 different running backs. Even if you have a 1,000-yard rusher, there's 2 or 3 other guys that get 400 yards, 350 yards.
It's such a different thing now. It's 3 running backs. It's running back by committee. You know, and then they all have to catch the pass.
Well, dude, I think
they got to catch
all
the ball.
These old
Christian
players.
McCaffrey. I'm going to say this. Okay, I'm going to racial it. Okay, Christian McCaffrey's the best running back in football because the league has changed, the rules have changed, and he's got great hands.
He can catch.
So he's the perfect. That's why James White has a decent career for New England. He can catch the ball. He'll rush for 280 yards, but he'll catch 60 passes.
Delvin Cook as my number 1 running back.
You know, I like him.
I think this is his last year. I think this is his last good year
because he wears down as a season goes on.
I think this is his last good year. I think he's gonna be injury free this year.
Yeah.
And I think he's gonna catch some balls this year.
Oh, if he's healthy all year, he's a great running back. He's as good as Kamara.
Because they've said him being injury prone and he can't catch.
Oh no, Cook can catch the ball. Cook catches the ball. He always had between 4 and 6 receptions. I had him and McCaffrey was a lethal 1-2 combo early in the season, but by this 6 weeks left and beyond, he wore down. He didn't get injured. He just wore down. So he doesn't quite have the size. They have to really he can only get 15 to 18 touches a game. He can't get over 20 touches a game. He'll get beat up 22 to 25.
And I'm a guy
he'll get beat up.
Who knows running back play because I'm a fan of the Bears and they had a guy named Curtis Enis in 1999.
He was Penn State bust, man.
He's like their Ron Dane. He was like the god out there.
Yep.
He was awful in the pros.
Yeah,
dude.
Kajana Carter. He blew
Darnell
his knee, unfortunately.
Autry.
Yeah.
We had Autry.
Who's from your memories, who is the best Bear running back from your memories? Like when you think of this guy was great.
Probably a tie between Thomas Jones or fucking
underrated running
Forte.
back.
Forte.
Yeah. Underrated. Both those guys were kind of underrated, I thought. Forte was good. Forte had a good...
When I was a kid, it was Raymont Harris, Rashaan Salam.
Ooh, killed himself.
Fucking, played in the XFL, the first run of the XFL for the Chicago Extreme.
The Extreme, EXT.
And then it was Curtis Enis. That was the second coming.
Oh.
And then Thomas Jones. I'm trying to think. There was garbage in between there, too.
Who was the running back in 06? Was Thomas Jones
Thomas Jones and Cedric Benson.
Yeah, which was a decent combination. And then the little tiny guy, Garrett Wolf. Garrett Wolf had some flashes and moments, too.
Garrett Wolf was the man for Northern Illinois.
Northern Illinois had some... They got Deshaun Washington. Deshaun, what was his name? Who was a pretty good running back, played for the Saints for a while. Like he was fast. Like Northern Illinois always had a few good players. You know, they had some guys who could play a little bit. But yeah, because for me, Robert Smith was a great running back for
great
the
front
Vikings.
Man. Cure.
But then of course Peterson. But Robert Smith took over Chuck Foreman. The 3 best running backs in Viking history are Chuck Foreman, Robert
Smith. You think
Smith.
he sang The Cure as he rushed down the field?
Boys, don't cry. Well, when I was in high school,
the Spider-Man is coming down the field and
killing an Arab. That was remember that song? That was like one of their songs. Right in the sand, killing an Arab. That was written about the stranger, Albert Camus' The Stranger.
Flowers.
You know, but yeah, if you were into The Cure when I was in high school, you were hip. I didn't like them. I didn't like them or the Smiths.
That was one of the
R.E.M.
bands that I had a Cure period, and I forced myself into it because looking back on it, it's just not good music.
Head on the Door is a decent album. I like Head on the Door.
Do you know what else isn't good that people I love is fucking who's the band that was New Edition? New Order, or that was New Order.
Not Bauhaus, but Joy Division.
They stink.
Love will tear us
Joy
apart.
Division sucks.
Again. No, New Order is an improvement.
Yeah.
New Order's good.
Joy Division is terrible.
Yeah, exactly.
And I just don't get. There has to be nostalgia.
Because he committed suicide. That's the reason why it's like he committed suicide, and the band became legendary.
Also, Morrissey blows. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a little warmer with the Smiths, but I'm not a fan.
Don't want to know if you are.
That was in the late '80s. If you were into that, you see, when I was into music,
This lonely man.
I was into Run DMC. And then I got into Metallica. I also got into Jimi Hendrix. That's what I was into.
Death Cab for Cutie covered the Smith songs, and it's way better. Way better. They put a little oomph in it. It's not just them being like,
I've said this before. My collegiate years, here are the albums of my collegiate years, early to end. Okay. Early collegiate album that was big, Appetite for Destruction.
That's a great album.
Yeah, also big album, Nothing Shocking by Jane's Addiction. Aren't you doing the Fred Sanford, the Sanford and Son
No,
song?
that's fucking Kill 'Em All. That's fucking Seek and Destroy. You know, when I was a kid, that was the rest.
Yeah, exactly.
That was the Wrestler Sting's entrance music when I was a kid.
Their first album is pretty shitty. They started getting better.
Well, because it's them just being like, metal music, we're here.
We're 18, we're 19. They started getting Ride the Lightning has got Creeping Death. Creeping Death is a maturation. Where
Whatever.
Like, this
For
is
Whom
a good
the Bell
song.
Tolls is a great song.
For Whom the Bell Tolls.
That's like you listen to
Time
that.
marches on.
That's one of those songs though where you listen to that and you're just like, these guys are dorks.
Yeah.
Because like the lyrics of that song are like, walk the path on the mystical dreams.
If you ever Ride the Lightning, or no, Fight Fire with Fire is such a cold war. Fight fire with fire. Time is like a fuse, short and burning fast. Nuclear.
Punch the sky with your fist up high.
Nuclear warfare. Well, they're talking about everything is about death on that album. Ride the Lightning is about the electric chair. How does Ride the Lightning start off? Ride the Lightning is right.
It's always so literal. Sitting in a chair, I killed 4 people.
It is very straightforward. Ride the Lightning.
That's why I always
But
like.
damn it, it ain't right. There's someone else controlling me.
That's why.
Now it's time to die. Everything's about death.
That's why I always liked shit like Slayer and fucking
Rain and Blood.
And because it's kind of got like a mythology behind it of just
absolutely.
like Mr. Crowley, he's an evil dentist.
Mr. wrote the Satanic Bible. But I know with you start hearing the Master of Puppets is the true breakthrough where they became the masters of their craft, and Cliff Burton and his influence. Again, I've said this before on the show. Yeah, he died, I think, on that tour.
Was the Black Album the first Jason Newsted record?
No. Garage Days Revisited.
That's
in
like
87.
a B-sides record, though, with like 4 new songs on it, right?
Yeah, it's good. They also cover like some. God, what did they cover? Like a Killing Joke song, The Way.
Yeah. Also, when I was a kid, Metallica covered "Turn the Page" by Bob Seger.
Oh, I know. Yeah,
and it's better though.
Yeah,
it's better than Bob Seger.
And then it was "And Justice for All." And "Justice for All" had one, which was a breakthrough song of theirs into the mainstream. And then of course, "Enter Sandman" was like. This is like their opus,
yeah, but all the OGs hated that album.
Black Album, and I was an OG guy. I mean, I stand behind. Load is terrible. Load is when they lose
Do you want me to be honest with you?
Yeah.
Those are my Metallica albums.
What?
When Load and Reload came out, I was like 8 and 9 years old.
So bad.
I love those records.
I mean,
would you crown King Nothing?
I couldn't take him seriously anymore.
Hero of the Day is a good song, dude. God. Still the window turns, bosses slowly turn.
Their whole
Someone there is cry. See, but why I like those albums is because they were like, guys, we're 40 years old.
I know.
We can't be screaming about death.
Yeah.
That's why Megadeth blows, because they're all 70 years old and they're still
Dave
out there.
Mustaine was on Metallica's
and they're
first
still
album.
out there talking about their steampunk adventures. Fucking
it's pretty
mystical
bad.
skies. And like, dude, you're 75 years old. Stop talking about fucking the gates of Mordor.
Yeah, what's that part of metal? There's
They're
so many
molded
different parts of metal. One of the parts of metal that I've never gotten into, and I've gotten into Iron Maiden later on, but the whole like the mythical part of it, like we're living on the moors Laws and the
and people always thought it was
Dans
gonna
and the
make
Soon.
Anytime I would trash Megadeth, they'd try and be like, "Well, if you listen, this album is about them traveling to a volcano mountain, but inside the mountain, it's liquid rock and roll.
Oh,
and
God.
they have the special
Oh, my
scepter,
God.
and you're just like, this sounds so gay."
I mean, having like that sort of like weird mythology behind your music is lame. I mean, I like. I mean, the thing about like Dio. I mean, there's a certain the sort of anti-Christian thing I kind of got into, like the devil thing was.
Oh, dude, I love Cradle of Filth.
That, you know?
Cradle of Filth has these crazy ass mystical biblical lyrics.
Cradle of Filth.
But the lead singer, like, first of all, he goes through 3 different registers. So he'll start out being like, 19 steps on the hell, and then he'll just be like,
that whole thing, like, I'm gonna get really deep, like that. That's
but
a
if
whole
you
angle,
read the
too.
lyrics,
Yeah.
it's all this like it reads like a Victorian novel. They're just screaming the fucking lyrics.
We were in the closet as gay men.
Well, it's different. When we get done with this, I'll play you some fucking Cradle of Filth. My sister is afraid of Cradle of Filth.
Well, they sound like they're in the same camp as like a Deicide or something.
Well, I mean, they're kind of, as far as the black metal goes, like for people who are into metal, Cradle of Filth is like fucking Hanson to them.
yeah.
Like you might as well like the Spice Girls.
Okay.
Like that's puppy bullshit.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
like this dude is famous for, he does like 4 different registers. He'll go real high pitched,
Yeah.
and then he can do this insanely low growl, and they have like the choir of pale women behind him, like death and fear. It's great.
I gotta admit it, the Trooper, I imaginary sing to that song right now. If I could actually sing
Some
like Bruce
Megadeth?
Dickinson. No, the Troopers.
Have you ever heard the clips of fucking the clip of Sharon Osbourne yelling Bruce Dickinson is a fucking pussy before she hates Bruce Dickinson?
Bruce Dickinson is a pretty good heavy metal vocalist. Run to the Hills, the Trooper is, you take my life. I think the Trooper is Bruce Dickinson because he only joined the band a little bit later.
Who was the original lead singer of Megadeth?
Was it Dave Mustaine? Dave Mustaine was in Metallica.
No, Dickinson's not Megadeth. That's fucking
Well, it's Iron Maiden. It's Iron Maiden. Yeah, it's Iron Maiden.
Megadeth blows too. Dave Mustaine sucks ass.
Yeah, they were kind of big when I was in high school.
They stink.
I wasn't that into them.
Anthrax sucks. Megadeth
Anthrax
blows.
I liked more.
Anthrax eats fucking balls. All that shit is terrible.
No, you're wrong. I like that. Although "Speak English or Die" was one of their album covers. They did a song with Public Enemy.
You know what?
Let me go back to
Priest sucks too.
Oh yeah, I listened to Breaking the Law today. Breaking the Law, the video of Breaking the Law is so bad. They rob a bank through Breaking the Law. Like that's what they do. Like the song Breaking the Law, robbing a bank.
The only reason people
robbing a
accept
bank.
Judas Priest now is because Old Boy came out as gay.
Yeah, I mean it's so funny when you see the video to Turbo Lover.
It's guiltless.
The fact that anyone even doubted his sexuality. I remember like guys like, you think he's gay? And I remember like, no, I don't know if he's gay, man. But it was like, no, there were rumors of him in the late 80s being gay.
I'll say something else.
You watch the video for that. He looks like he should be singing in Wham. He looks like George Michael. It's just like the way he's moving around.
Looks like
and stuff.
Paul Schaefer.
Pop on the video for Turbo Lover, and how anyone ever thought to themselves, this guy is a heterosexual man is beyond me. That's how weird and repressed things were in the 80s, man.
Who else? Fucking, you know what? I love Motorhead, but there's 4 good Motorhead songs. Motorhead, Ace of Spades, fucking there's one slow one, because all the rest of them are just being like, la la la, la la la, la la la.
It is. If you listen to Motorhead, you're doing some hard drinking. You're drinking some whiskey. You're putting it down.
Probably watching Cobra later. So Judas Priest, what's the video?
Turbo Lover. I'm your turbo lover.
Oh, yeah.
Tell me there's no other. This video is unbelievable.
So we can't put sound on, but we could do little short clips of the video.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that, like, filtering, too. You can tell they literally just rode motorcycles around and we're like, we'll figure it out.
I think we're watching Phantasm 2 right now.
Oh, look at him. That is a gay man.
How anyone thought he was heterosexual is beyond me. Watch this.
Look at his eyes.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't have sound. We can't do sound, so. Oh, this is terrible. This is like 80s music.
Oh, yeah. You got to keep it on.
That's awful. This is terrible. He's doing the 80s dance and everything.
Yeah. Again.
You hated that as a kid, probably, huh?
Detested it.
Were you so upset?
I had hair like that, though. I did, no doubt about it. I had long hair. I don't look good in really long hair.
Oh, they all had hair like that.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Look at them all doing the shoulder bob. They're fucking getting into it.
Into dominating fury.
Dude, here was my shit when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Tom Petty.
What? Yeah, of course.
R.E.M.
I never liked them.
Nirvana was my
Reckoning's
favorite.
A great album.
Nirvana was my favorite band of all time.
Well, I'm
a child of Nirvana.
It's part of the reason why we're friends, Keith. There are certain foundational things that you have, and that's
I
one
got
of them.
my mom into Nirvana. 100%.
They were great.
I remember we also have a bond over the Foo Fighters because I remember
Foo Fighters are great.
I stayed home from school sick one day and I was watching MTV.
Were you really sick, Keith?
This time I was.
Yeah.
And I was watching TV and the I'll Stick Around music video by Foo Fighters came on. And I remember being like, that looks like the drummer of Nirvana.
Yeah.
And I remember telling my mom, I think the drummer of Nirvana has a band.
Yeah.
And that was like, you couldn't just look it up. She had to just kind of be like,
oh, yeah.
At first, she didn't believe me. She was just like, And then she came to me like a week later and was like, he does have a band. And then like, ever since then,
they
every year.
They hit it immediately. When that first album came out.
For about a 10-year period, every time they came to Chicago, we went. I saw the Foo Fighters at the Q101 Jamboree in 1998.
Where at?
The New World Music Theater.
Okay. You're like 11 or 12 years old, right? You were
with chickenpox. I was there. I had a chickenpox in my ear because the whole show I was fucking down.
Yeah.
Saw Harvey Danger. Saw Scott Weiland, solo Scott Weiland.
Junkied Scott Weiland.
Completely
heroined out.
Fucking falling on his ass on heroin. He was just disco dancing on stage.
Yeah.
And singing.
Is he
weird
still
bullshit.
alive?
No, he overdosed.
He had to have, man.
I remember
this is
also when I knew my stepdad was inconsiderate. We were right after the Q101 Jamboree. He got popped for heroin. And I remember telling my stepdad, I was like, oh yeah, at the concert, he seemed drunk. And I remember my stepdad goes, he wasn't drunk. He was on this shit.
Yeah.
And I remember being like, Jesus Christ. Man.
Yeah, like really hard. Well,
have some sympathy.
That is the
guy's booting heroin into his toe.
That is the reason why the drug war and changing the mentality is so hard. It's so still ingrained into people's head that legalization is just like, no, we can't do it. It's like it's such a better way to deal with it. It's just such
join a band.
I mean, people are not gonna. You're not gonna increase heroin use. I mean, I don't know. Maybe you're full of shit. How do you know? I don't know. It seems like the whole legalization of marijuana has actually worked out pretty well. The only problem is it hasn't been implemented well in like here or
so the
Chicago.
Foo Fighters closed out that show.
Yeah.
And I remember also during that concert, they were playing. This was back in the mystical days when the NBA playoffs would have day games.
Yeah.
So the game 6 of the fucking Eastern Conference Finals between the Bulls and Pacers was on. And I saw Reggie Miller hit that fucking 3 to fucking win the game. And I remember chickenpox in the ear. Bulls just lost. Like halfway through the concert, I was just like, I don't know if I could do this.
Wow.
And the Foo Fighters came on, and it was definitely the worst Foo Fighters concert I've ever seen.
Yeah.
But it was still good.
Yeah, of
just
course.
because I had to wait through so much fucking bullshit. I had to see Space Hog and shit.
Yeah. Horrible bands. Good
fucking
for you, though.
Squirrel Nut Zipper and shit. They Might Be Giants played.
Oh, boo.
There's a bird. How they suck too.
Yeah.
They're terrible.
God.
It's just like, it's basically if circus music was fucking a little harder.
It's awful. Did you
I'm sorry,
have you seen
Matt,
the Foo Fighters at United Center? They played the United Center.
I've seen them at the Allstate Arena a couple times. I saw them at the UIC Pavilion.
I saw Eminem at the Allstate Arena.
I've seen them at the Metro. The first time I saw the Foo Fighters was at the Aragon Ballroom.
Oh, dude, you know something? I've never seen a show there.
Oh, I've seen the Metro. I've been at the Metro.
I've seen a million. The Metro, I've been to a ton. I've been to the Riviera a ton.
Yeah.
I went to Lounge Acts a few times, which is a big thing on Lincoln Avenue. The Double Door, I saw a bunch of shows. I saw shows at, what was the place on Western Avenue? That was the not the 3 Penny. What the fuck? That was a theater. Empty Bottle.
Yeah.
I saw shows there. I mean, I've seen a bunch of shows in Chicago. And
the fucking
but I never went to Aragon Ballroom.
The Hideout.
I saw shows at the Hideout.
That's where like all
Absolutely.
the indie, like Andrew Bird used to whistle all night there and shit.
No, absolutely. I saw some shows there. Wicker Park was a like Smoke Daddy, like these old, like a czar bar.
Double Door.
Dumbledore I went to. I saw Edwin Collins there. I never seen a
Dude, I
girl
remember
like you.
my mom had a gay friend named Dan, and I know that because she used to refer to him as my gay friend Dan.
And she'd hang out with him and go see shows and stuff?
Well, he would come over all the time, and I think they would smoke weed and shit.
Yeah.
But he was psyched one night because he was going to see fucking Porno for Pyros at the Double Door.
Yeah.
And I remember he kept saying, yeah, we're going to see him at the Double Door.
Yeah.
We're going to see him at the Double Door.
Double Door, before
In my head as a kid, I imagined it a door on the top and a door on the bottom.
The Double Door, I remember when it was before the Double Door, it was a country and western bar, similar to the bar on up in like Uptown, Carol's Pub. It was a rough crowd, man. And that was like 92, 93.
Before that, it was called the Left and Right Saloon Flap.
I don't know. It was it was a country and western bar, and you would see there was a drunken Indian at that bar who was literally incoherent. Every time you went in was just stumbling drunk. You know,
like native or
no, indigenous, Native American, absolutely. Yeah. I used to go. There'd be like country bands would play in there. I got asked for coke there all the fucking time.
Nice.
I mean, by these white dudes. I mean, it wasn't like, hey, no, it was like, you got any coke? I mean, they would ask if I had coke in the bathroom at least 7 or 8 times.
So did you live there when The Real World was being filmed?
I lived there before the Real World.
So you lived in Wicker Park.
I lived in real Wicker Park.
It was filmed.
I got jumped there. You know.
So when that season aired, you like, oh, I know where they're at.
Oh, absolutely. They were in Urbis Orbis.
They are. So for people in Chicago, if you're listening, the Real World house was where the Wicker Park Athletic Club is.
It used to be Urbis Orbis, which was a. When I saw Ethan Hawke one time. Ethan Hawke was. I
even think their apartment, the loft they were in, is the Wicker Park Athletic Club.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it was Urbis Orbis. It was an old coffee house that I saw Ethan Hawke at because he was doing some plays at the Steppenwolf, and he was like all greasy haired and like looking at the crowd, like
reading through a monocle.
You know, and I remember applying for a job there at the coffee house. It was hipster. It was Gen X hipster. I didn't even pass, and I was pretty hipster for that time. You know, I was, I had my fucking filling jacket, I wore my blue suede Pumas and shit. I mean, I was hipster. And I had my street cred. Biggest heroin dealing park in the city. Wicker Park now is $1 million homes around the park. What $2.5 million homes around, probably even more. Yeah. But I mean, it was rough around the edges. But I tell you what, though, I am running out of steam a little bit.
Out?
Yep, fading out a little bit.
All right,
but
we didn't even get to this week in TV history.
We didn't. We should. No,
we'll back it up. We can do 2 weeks worth next week.
Yeah, exactly.
Crow, one day I'm going to get you to 3 hours.
Where are we at?
We're at about 57 minutes in part 2.
So we're at an hour.
We're almost at 2. Might even be a little over.
Probably. Yeah.
We're easing out here. Thanks for listening and watching.
Good show.
Subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't done that. I'll go this way because it's opposite.
Yep.
Hit subscribe and then click the little bell to get notifications of when we put up new episodes. You can listen to us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts.
Yeah.
Crocious is on Twitter at Insecure Comic. If I have to spell that for you, you're dumb.
You should be insecure about your spelling.
Dumb. So I am at Keith Pazel, KeithPaesel, literally the only Keith Pazel on planet Earth. You should have no trouble finding me. Yep. Very handsome man with a beard. That's your guy.
All right, man. Thanks for listening, people.
Thanks for listening.
Good
we'll
show.
Be back next Sunday. Praise the Lord.
Thanks for listening. We'll be back next week again for a fresh round.